preferences, and it's like speaker, microphone, and you're like, what? Why would you do that?
Right. Yeah.
And it's always so proud. It's like, we did it for you. And you're like, thanks, man. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down the AC.
All right, man.
How are you?
I'm all right, dude. I'm fucking tired today.
I'm exhausted.
Didn't sleep too well last night, which means I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucking exhausted because I was eating Hot Pockets all night.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you do that to yourself?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I ate a couple yesterday. I didn't eat a couple. I ate 6 yesterday. I had 2 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, 2 for dinner.
What kind did you have? Did you have different kinds?
No. I had steak and cheddar. It wasn't bad. Flaky, buttery crust. And
man, I feel bad for your toilet.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
And I went to bed and I was like, I know I'm going to eat these in the middle of the night. Because I'm such a fat ass. I'll get up. Not like fucked up. Not like, oh man, when I go to bed drunk, I wake up and eat a lot. I'm like, no, that's just what I do. And I knew it was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened. And I woke up this morning and was just like, God damn it. 2 steps back, or 2 weeks. Remove 2 weeks of dieting. Just hope you enjoyed it, fat ass. So,
I do it all the time, man.
Yeah.
So
and it's
I do intermittent fasting. So I do 8 hours during the day, allow myself to eat, and I try to keep it because I have a very sedentary lifestyle. I'm a lazy bastard, so I try to keep my calorie intake like around 2,000, which is very fucking hard. So usually means I have to skip a meal. So I usually skip breakfast and I have like coffee with no creamer in it and shit in the morning. That holds me off till lunch. But holy fuck, dude, when I come home, I'm just like, I'm going to eat. I have access to all this fucking food. Yeah. A bowl of cereal sounds really good. And then a bowl of cereal becomes like 2 bowls of cereal. I'm like, yeah.
And then another one, and then another one, and it's like, fuck it. And then another one. And yeah, man, it's, there's really no, I don't know. It's a good problem to have. I have too much abundant food. I'm too healthy. My appetite is too good. It's yeah.
You live in a country where food is readily available, so it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. I love that like simple comparison. Like let's just judge the poor people in a capitalist country are fat. All right? That is all right. So you're already a step above commie utopia. But yeah, man. So what do you think of Rogan getting $100 million to go to Spotify?
You know, I saw that, but I didn't really look a whole lot into it.
You don't need to. It's so that simple.
He'd be exclusively on Spotify, right? No more YouTube and shit.
He's going to start on Spotify, I think September. I don't give a shit. We don't fact check. So he's starting in Spotify in September, and then exclusively Spotify on like January 1st. So there's going to be like a couple months of like weaning the YouTubes off of Rogan. But
right. So, I mean, first of all, I have a couple questions, but I want to like, good for him because fuck YouTube.
Yeah. Fuck those commies, dude.
I saw totally sort of on topic, but I saw one day, I think it might have been about a month ago, that BitChute had like over 2 million subscribers in one day because people were just fed up with YouTube and like they're trying to find alternatives. So
that's awesome.
I was one of those fucking people. I signed up for BitChute. There's a lot of guys that I used to follow on YouTube that got axed because they were charged with wrongthink. But
should I be going to BitChute? I don't even know what that is.
It's just not as restrictive. I don't know.
I don't give a shit. That's
as far as a content creator goes. Like I don't know like their capabilities, kind of like their infrastructure, what they can and can't support, and that kind of thing. So that's up on you. But yeah, I would definitely look for alternatives because I think a lot of people are getting sick of YouTube's bullshit.
Yeah, man.
All that aside, like I said, I digress. Is Joe Rogan going to be doing video on Spotify?
Apparently, Spotify has video. I didn't know that. Apparently, and they've had it for a while. Apparently, they've had it for a while. So it seems more and more like this was just like a slowly executed, just like nighttime attack on YouTube. They had been building in like video capabilities for like a year. They had been like sniping like rappers, bringing them over exclusive. And apparently, they just went to the Podfather, just Daddy Rogan. And
nice,
dude. yeah, man. First of all, just like more power to him, just in general. Like, you went from fucking literally in your basement to $10 billion. Fuck yeah. But also just like, yeah, man, it needed to happen. Someone needed to leave YouTube. Like,
someone big.
Yeah, I started uploading all my shit to Anchor and Spotify and all the podcast apps, Overcast, Podbean. I started uploading to all those like 2.5 months ago because I was just like, this is risky putting my thing only on YouTube. Like, it's, I mean, I put my stuff on 3 external hard drives by 3 different manufacturers. After every podcast, I drop them all in there within like a minute. And that's so, you know, in case one manufacturer has a defect, chances of 2 separate corporations, it's almost nil. And then I thought, like, well, why am I not doing that with where I'm uploading it to? Because it doesn't need to be a defect. It just has to be wrong think. You've said the wrong thing. I mean, I already got, there's no way that's not like a subtle strike already. American flag. It's probably like, all right, keep your eye on this guy, you know. So
he might be one of them right-wing extremist types that we keep hearing about.
All right, and like here I am with
all right.
Here I am with a neon hunting jacket making dick jokes, but don't want the wrong think, man. It's especially when I have on that Israeli, the guy from Sayeret, Sayeret, Israeli Special Forces, and he's talking about how much fun he has blowing up Hezbollah.
Yeah, good for him. That's
awesome. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Yeah. Talking about his first date, he brought this girl on top of this like destroyed bell tower where you can look into what's right by Israel. What borders it? Which one of the fucked up countries borders it?
Jordan, Palestine, fucking.
I think it was Palestine. He said that you can.
It's probably Palestine.
He said you can get up on this bell tower on a hill and you can look way into this neighboring country. He's like, yeah, I brought like this girl up there. And he's like, we drank hot chocolate out of like teacups. And just watch tracers at night, just going back at each other. And he was like,
beautiful.
He's like, they're making my job.
The tracers are beautiful this time of night.
Yeah, he's like, they're making my job easier, just knocking each other out. And so, yeah, you know, can't be having that wrong think on either. You don't want to destroy those beautiful cultures. So, but yeah, man, it's I think it's awesome that Rogan went to Spotify because that's like I mean, dude, he is like the traffic. I mean. Him and like PewDiePie, and you know, you could maybe say like, I don't know, like a couple artists maybe, but like, yeah, because it doesn't matter when you have a bunch of shitty little channels like mine being like, we're gonna leave. It's like, all right, dude, get in line. But yeah, Joe Rogan leaving, that's like a kick in the nuts. So. Yeah, and it's not just that, but it's sort of like I mean, it really is like a vacuum. When he leaves, there's gonna, you know, Titanic goes under, it brings down everything. That's he leaves and it's just a suction hole.
I'm okay with it, man. Like,
so I wish needs to die.
I wish more of this shit would happen. I wish. Yeah, we talked about this before, but you know, like companies getting bailouts for the whole pandemic thing. Like, you should just let companies fail, man. Like, honestly, you should let companies fucking fail.
Let it die. They're all going to be out of work. Okay, well, let those people get a stimulus check. Let those people get a bailout. Let the individual citizens.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck these companies, man.
It could be easier. Like,
you know, natural.
It could be better managed.
Yeah, natural selection. It's not like, all right, guys, I know that these type of, I don't know, these type of elk are endangered, but us tigers, we should probably stop eating them. Like, you know, because they're having a tough time. It's like, no, easy pickings. Fuck them up. They're gone. All right, well, guess what? Now some faster elk took over, and we can't catch him. So he has progeny. It's let it die. Let him fucking die.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Yeah. Do you think something will happen with Trump? Do you think Trump is gonna? Because you saw like yesterday or the day before, Twitter came out and put like a label on one of his tweets, and it was like, our fact checkers have said this is false, like beware. Which was like, hey man, I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. That was a ballsy thing to go after POTUS with your, even if I don't agree with your bullshit socialist commie agenda, hey man, I'll give credit where credit's due. That took an iron pair to be like, I'm gonna slap this on Trump, the guy that eats opponents alive. Like, so, they did that. Let me know if you can hear these fans. Because my laptop's getting hot. Is that too loud? Can you hear that?
No, I don't hear shit, but my fucking computer is chugging right now.
Yeah, mine too.
And some crap, some stuff that might be going on in the background.
I got everything else closed. Yeah. That's what I like about Zoom. Zoom just records in like the shittiest, lowest quality, but because of that, it's like a walk in the park for my computer. But I can feel, Jesus Christ, my computer's like piping right now. But I'm gonna turn the fan on. It's getting too hot in here. So yeah.
Okay.
I had that guy on yesterday, and we talked about Operation Paperclip. And yeah, man, the more we talked about it, the more I just started to realize just how insane all of it is. Just Operation Paperclip in general. I was looking up because I mentioned it, and I said a couple things that I wasn't sure if was true or it's just my bullshit. So I actually looked up last night, and I was correct because I'm fucking smart. But it's this thing.
So humble.
Yeah, so humble. I am so fucking humble. You want to know how
genius.
humble I am? I'm a fucking genius, dude. Jesus. Just wanted everyone to know that I am smart. But so fucking smart.
Yeah. So what'd you look up?
Well, in my genius, but is this thing called the Silbervogel, which in German stands for silver bird, and it was a suborbital bomber, and they put it on this like almost like wasn't quite like a track. It was almost like a roller coaster track, sort of like hooked onto it, and it was like 5 kilometers long. And at the very end, it just like had a couple degrees where it pointed up. But you took this thing, and they basically did like a staged rocket, but instead of trying to go vertical, they just went sideways. So they had this massive booster on it, this big, unaerodynamic, solid fuel thruster. But it would push this manned Silbervogel, get to like, I don't know, like Mach 1 or 2 on the ground, and then it would punch up just at the very end. And then it had its own rocket, and it would get up to something like, I don't know, like 150,000 feet. And it would use the dynamic soaring, and that's where you bounce off the atmosphere. And the idea was that this was going to... Silbervogel is also one of the many names, or one of the many variants of what people know of the America bomber, spelled with a K. And one of the variants is in Captain America. But the Silbervogel was going to skip across the Atlantic at 13,000 miles an hour, and then from orbit drop an A-bomb on New York, and then it would keep skipping and finally lose enough speed, and it would land in an Axis-controlled airbase in the Japanese islands. And this was in like 1943.
Jesus.
So we brought that guy over because we were like, okay, he's smart.
Right.
Can't have him going to Russia. So we brought him over, just kind of, hey, let bygones be bygones, Well, it's a couple million deaths in a genocide, right? We all make mistakes. And so we brought him over and
pull the trigger yourself.
Well, yeah. You didn't pull the trigger yourself, right? I mean, I yelled at my wife. You killed a couple million. It's, who am I to judge, throw the first stone. But so we brought him over, and he helped work with Bell and then Boeing to design the X-20 Dynasaur. DYNASOAR, stand for dynamic soaring, but some dipshit thought it would be cool to name it the Dinosaur in like 1959. And this was right after we had had started doing testing with the X-15, right? So we had been getting this super high altitude testing or data. We got the first like hypersonic flight data, and we were going to put this on top of a Redstone rocket, which is also from Nazis, a direct descendant of the V2. We were going to pair these two and launch it up, and then have it skip over the atmosphere and go over Russia, where it would turn upside down and then take pictures, or possibly drop a nuke from orbit. So nuke it from orbit. And this was in like 59, 60, and 61, and then we decided to instead go with ICBMs. But it was the direct precursor to the space shuttle in 1981. the same team that worked on the dinosaur would eventually help design the space shuttle. But if you look at that lineage, they changed names: Silbervogel, Germans, Nazis, Americans, Boeing, Bell, NASA. But it's the same group of people that eventually went to design the space shuttle. And also, so we got 2/3 of the Nazi scientists. Russia got 1/3. What did they design? The Buran, which was their space shuttle, which looked exactly like ours. So you can see where we snatched these guys that were all working on the same programs, and we both came out with the same project 30, 40 years later, which to me is fucking insane, because that can only mean that they were knocking on the door of creating a space shuttle in 1944. I said all that to say that and it worked, and that's the one that eventually worked. That's insane.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. They did so much. I have a book on Project Paperclip. I haven't read the whole fucking thing because I'm a Slack reader, but
Audible.
Like I know like the B-2 Spirit. That was like one of the fucking variants that the Nazis were working on too, for like a long range stealth bomber. So they were working on stealth technology back then too, which is like
terrifying.
How far advanced those fuckers were. I mean, Jesus Christ.
There are classified memos going back to the Pentagon saying that we think that they're 25 years ahead of us.
Yeah, and I believe it.
And it's not like this was just, GI, just Bob over there. No, like the Pentagon sent over guys that were cleared with all of our super advanced projects and said, like, how far ahead are they? Is this something you can look at and be like, no, we've got this? But this guy, I forget his name, but he went over there and was looking at him and was like, so we're going to need to bring back a couple of these Nazis. And naturally, everyone in the U.S. was like, fuck no. Like, fuck no. Like,
right, yeah.
But he was like, no, they are so far ahead of even like our top secret like Q clearance shit that kind of like a UFO. He was like, we won't know what to do with it. But we're gonna have it, and that's it. So yeah, that's what led to it. But yeah, man, it's kind of what I thought yesterday. Like, so what would have happened if Hitler didn't try to invade Russia? Like,
jeez, like, I've thought about that too. I'm gonna nerd out for a second, but I always think of like Wolfenstein. The last two games, like they took it into like the 1980s, I think, 1960s and 80s, and like the whole premise is like, hey, the Nazis won World War II. Now they like colonized pretty much America and shit and all that crap, and it's just like their technology advancement is crazy. But I don't know, man. Like, just think if like Hitler wasn't like a maniacal bastard, where would Germany be right now? They'd be a fucking world power, like without a doubt.
They would be the world power.
Right, yeah.
If they had just
like right now, Angela Merkel is just kind of like, stiff arming everybody in the EU, but like that's really nothing.
Yeah.
Germany would be fucking way up there. It's just fucking crazy. Yeah. So I didn't listen to the whole thing though. What else did I talk about?
You're breaking up. You just broke up for a second. Yeah, I mean, we just talked about all of the insane shit. But yeah, man, he brought up Iron Sky, and he was like, that was always one of my favorite movies because it was so goofy. And he was like, after listening to Operation Paperclip by Annie Jacobson, he was like, it's not that far-fetched. He was like, yeah, like if it had gone on for a couple more years, they absolutely would have gone to the moon. I think they absolutely would have gone to the moon. It's, I mean, dude, they wanted to plant a 5-kilometer wide mirror in space, and they were going to use it to.
Right.
They were and this is not speculation. This is like what the captured Nazi scientists said years later, working for the U.S. They're like, no, it's possible, and they're like, you could use it because you could then provide sunlight to areas that needed more like vegetation growth. You could really boost your crops. And then in true Nazi like fucking style, he said like, and it could also be used for bad things.
Like a death ray.
Yeah, a death ray. He's like, you could just heat up wherever you wanted. Just at a moment's notice, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't like that city? Yeah. Boil it.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's kind of like Norm Richards or Norm Macdonald's his thing. He was like, what was World War II? World War II was when a country the size of Maine tried to take over the world. And they almost did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald, dude. He's a fucking comedic genius. I love that dude.
He is brilliant. Yeah, he's kind of been canceled from mainstream.
Yeah. He's not appreciated. Like, not to change topics, but I saw like a deal with him about just how much like he pushed the envelope during his days back in SNL when he was doing like the Daily News Report, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember that skit, but yeah, like he went off script so many times and like.
Oh yeah,
pop shots at people like they were telling them like, hey, don't talk about this. It's like, oh no, I'm going to talk about.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. There are videos. I mean, it's like almost like '90s where he's talking about like Bill Clinton or something, and he'd be like, well, it's not cool to like rape people. And they're like smiling. They're like, what are you saying? He's like, no, don't hush me. Don't hush me, all right? And he's just like, you can just see them like grinning, like, shut up. And he's like, why would I shut up? He's like, stop nudging me. And they're like, he's like, hey, that guy behind the curtain, why is he winking at me? I know what I'm saying. And it's just like, yeah, you love to just see like the charade just kind of fall away, like chip away at it. Yeah, man. Fucking God. But
fucking
yeah, so anyways, do you think Trump's gonna leave Twitter? Because apparently he tweeted after they put that like fake news like label on it in true Trump fashion. His next tweet was like, I'm gonna shut down all social media. Like
I think if he did, I don't think he would have like the same poll as Joe Rogan, just because he's not.
I don't know, man.
I think a lot of people like Trump or like will vote for him. I don't necessarily think that a lot of people like love the man. I'm not oblivious to the fact that there are people that worship everything this guy does, but I think if he were to leave Twitter, like wherever he went afterwards, people would follow him there. But I'm pretty sure Twitter would still maintain itself. It'd just be like its own microcosm of an echo chamber, which is what it already is anyways.
Again, it's I'm torn because on the one side, like you on Facebook or Twitter, even Reddit, you will get banned for wrongthink, or you won't even know that your post is banned, but on Facebook or Instagram, it'll be blurred and then it'll be like, this has been proven false, like enter at your own risk, like it's literally hey, this is dangerous think. There are some ideas in there that we're just telling you it's a little dangerous for your noggin. But it's part of me is like, that's fucking terrible, but the other part of me is like, you are a private company, and as much as it like I don't like what they're doing, I think you are a private company, and I think you're free to shoot yourself in the foot.
Right. Yeah.
I really do. I'm not on board with you shouldn't be able to like censor people, or you shouldn't. I think you should, and let it kill those companies. Let it eat themselves alive, because you can only do it so many times to so many people, where people are just like, okay, what's the new thing? All it takes is one person, Joe Rogan. All it takes is a Trump leaving, and that's how these new things start. I mean, like at one time, MySpace was the biggest. It was It was Dig. It was funny videos. It was E-Bombs
everybody
World.
had fucking MySpace.
Yeah.
Everybody's pages were riddled with songs that they like,
shitty
and
graphics,
movie quotes, all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. E-Bombs World.
Yeah, I remember E-Bombs.
Yeah, Newgrounds. Like, let it evolve. Let them die. So, yeah, man. I don't know. It's, that fucking thing Trump posted. The coffin meme. With
for Biden. That's just fucking hilarious,
dude. I hadn't even heard the quote from Biden. Like, I'd seen it on Reddit, and the only reason I saw it on Reddit is because it was everyone like rushing to control the narrative. They were like, just so you know, Trump said this at one point, and it was a lot of people were commenting. They're like, hey, just because like I'm shitting on Biden, they're like, it doesn't mean I like Trump. They'd be like, why Biden say that? They'd be like, well, your guy. And they'd be like, hold on. He's not my guy either. So no, you can't. No. You can't support him by putting him down. No, they both suck. And so I'm going to make it. And so, yeah, the reason I knew it happened is because I saw a lot of posts like, this is why Biden still has my vote. And like, I was like, okay, well, I know something happened then. If like Reddit's just like scrambling to like, we gotta control it. We gotta get, and like CS or MSNBC, one of the fucking three-letter agencies, outlets, probably agencies. Came out.
It is an agency. It's a propaganda agency.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not a coincidence that they're all 3 letters and so are all the 3-letter. Like, come on. I mean, the parent company of Google is literally named Alphabet. Like,
right.
I mean, come on. What do you call the agencies? The alphabet soup, those 3-letter agencies. ATF, CIA, FBI, NRO. It's NSA. It just goes on and on and on. But one of them came out and they're like, they had this like white guy and he was like, this isn't racism, guys. This isn't right. Know what it is? It's called being feisty and I like it. And I was just like,
okay, dude.
Feisty. I'm like, anyway, so I hadn't seen the video. And so I instantly started going to like right-wing websites and, I saw all of them. And I was like, all right, well, when Reddit is going out of their way to protect it and then the right-wing websites are going out of their way to like, I'm like, well, at the very least, I now know that an event did happen. Because that's the only way you can get the actual story now, is go, Fox is saying this, CNN's doing this. You put them together like the Venn diagram, and you're like, all right, what do I know? I know that this happened in the middle. So I was like, I got to find the video. And like at that moment, my buddy from Valdosta texted me, and it was that coffin meme. And I was like, I saw the video, and it's like, if you don't know who you're voting for, or you got a problem deciding between me and Trump, then you ain't black. And I was like, damn. And I like rewinded it, and then I saw, and then I saw the meme, and it was him side by side with the black guy, and I thought it was a reaction video, like they had it, and then they're like, this is what he said to it, But then I realized that was the actual conversation. He was talking to this black guy, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, okay, and this was a couple days ago, so like there's like a week where I just wasn't paying attention to it, and then I was like, this meme is fucking brilliant. And then I saw that it was Trump who shared the meme. And so it was this whole build up, and that's when I had to share it, because I was like, this, what a time to be alive. Just, it wasn't pro or against anyone. I was just like, the fact that all of this, how it happened, the meme, and then the guy that shared the meme, I was like, all of this is a unique time. This is a very...
Yeah. I saw someone post a meme. It was like, I'm convinced that we now live, like, our world at some point was turned into a fucking reality TV show for the rest of the universe. Like,
I think it's becoming more and more clear that something did happen in 2012. It's just... It's like, but it's like arson. It's like if you go and start a forest fire, you can light the match in metaphorical 2012. No one's going to start really seeing the fire and the smoke on the news until like, I don't know, 2016. And it seems more and more like something did happen in 2012, but it was the first domino was pushed, because it does seem like it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Like it's starting to seem less and less real.
Well, me being me, I think there's been a lot of like this. Are you hearing that, by the way? I got a storm fucking rolling over me right now. That's probably why my connection is shitty.
It's starting to get cloudy and windy outside.
I think a lot of what's going on right now is like a lot of stuff's being exposed to people, like, media bias and, I hate using the term, but fake news, like the onslaught of fake news and how people, whoa, Jesus Christ, Luna. My dog is cowering under my desk right now. She's scared of the fucking thunder. But I think that's happening, and it's just like kind of still unraveling, like all this shit. It's like, look at, like this shit's been going on. Like the media's been telling you stories and stuff that they want you to understand, like from their own perspective, because they're trying to fucking sway people to think a certain way. And I have this conversation all the time, but like social engineering is fucking real, dude.
Yeah, it's 1,000% real.
Yeah, like if you don't think that all these companies that all think the same thing aren't doing so for a specific reason, like whether that's maniacal or not, whether like, it's fucking just, happening.
Whether it's political agenda or whether it's profit,
Right, exactly.
It doesn't have to be like an Illuminati conspiracy.
Right. Yeah.
I tend to love thinking about it that way because it's sexy, but it could. I mean, it's. Is she okay?
She's really freaked out. It's all right, pup. She's a very timid dog. She hates people that she doesn't know, and she hates storms. All right, lay down right there. Chill out. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's definitely, well, I mean, but the thing is, like, you don't even need it's, you can definitely say it doesn't have to be nefarious. It can just be profit. Like, sure. But I mean, really, if you really want to slap on the tinfoil hat and, drop a line and jump down the rabbit hole. I mean, dude, Operation Mockingbird started in the 50s. Like, that is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it? William Casey? He was the head of the CIA at that time. Quote, "When everything the American people believe is false, our program will be complete."
Right,
Sitting CIA director. Like, it's like he didn't just say that. Like that is like he said that. It's not like a shitty conspiracy meme where it's it's like the 5G is giving you autism. Like, no, that's what the sitting CIA director said. And the entire idea was you embed your own agents in all of the major news corporations, and then the CIA will also help push forward legislature that will allow consolidation, because if these companies get consolidated, it's much easier to control 3 or 4 entities than it is to control 600. So there's no reason why that wouldn't happen. And you can't look back at like USSR or like Nazi propaganda and be like, man, those people are so brainwashed, and then assume it just stopped.
Right, exactly. Right,
it just stopped. Yeah,
which is like one of my blind spots is trying, because I've realized this too. Like, conservative media does the same fucking thing. Like, they gatekeep and they censor people and all kinds of shit. And that's kind of been something that I've come in like to the realization. Like, for a while, I thought it was like, it's not just those fucking Democratic bastards.
Yeah,
like,
but not my side, not my side. But then it dawns on you that it is.
Now it's just like, man, conservatives are just fucking as bad. Like, they're just as fucking bad, dude. Like,
the Uniparty is dropping its mask, willfully or unwillfully.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot is going on right now, which is why it's so fucking crazy. Like, why we see stuff like our president calling out a fucking social media site. Like, I saw a friend of mine he's a Democrat, but he shared this meme with me, and it was of Trump with a wig on him. He's like, "I present to you President Karen." It's like, I'm gonna have to speak to Twitter's manager. Like,
fake news. I'm fake news. You're fake news. Your fake news is fake news. It's man. It's just, you really got to appreciate like what it is that's going on, and at the very least, you have to just appreciate the absurdity of it, because it's a special thing that's happening. It's
and at the same time too. Like, I want to say this. Like, say what you will about the fucking tinfoil hat wearing people, but there's been a lot of things that have happened in the last couple of years. Like Jeffrey Epstein. Like, everyone was like, there's no underground pedophile ring in Hollywood and shit. And then Jeffrey Epstein happens. Like, well,
we'll find out. Oh, he got killed.
Okay, man. Right?
Yeah. It's and
so I'm not necessarily saying like it's the Illuminati or anything like this, but like, just because people don't speak about some things doesn't necessarily mean that it ain't fucking there. It's becoming more and more so that like it's becoming harder and harder not to believe or give a moment's consideration to the absurd conspiracy of the day, because you're finding out more and more that what used to be the absurd conspiracy then breaks, and then it becomes common knowledge, and then it stops being edgy, and then it just becomes accepted. Okay, whatever. But like, it wasn't always that way, and if it happened then, it can happen now. Right.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe there's like you almost like don't want to believe it. You know, it's a terrifying thought to believe that there's a maniacal, like, demonic, satanic, like, worldwide $1 trillion like entity with its tentacles and everything. Like, I don't think you can be blamed for not wanting to believe that. You know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's for some, like, I can get it, like it can justify a whole lot of things. Well, not justify, but, you know, like rationalize a whole lot of things. Why things are the way they are in the world, and, you know, why corporations, like, and this is another thing that I've kind of come to realize, because, you know, as conservatives, and me being a conservative, it's always like, oh, you know, we got to pull for, like, corporations, you know, free market equality and all this other shit. It's like, well, now that I'm older, I'm like, it's not really a free market equality, right? Because we see this shit where, like, certain companies get special privileges and they're too big to fail and all this other shit. I'm like, yeah.
It's like, wait, no, hold on. It's, you know, my podcast isn't too big to fail. Fuck me if I don't get enough guests. Like, it's not like Spotify's like, hey, on top of Rogan, there's another too big one. You've never heard of it. It's a shitty podcast run from an attic, but, like, you know, here's 100 milli too. No, it's just, it's just, you know, sucks to suck. No one cares. Work harder. But you get to a certain size, and it's like, hush, baby. Here's $1 billion. Here's $1 trillion. Shh, suck on the tit. Can I reopen my business? Shut up, wench. You know.
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but then, you know, is it good to let them fail? Like, you know, what chaos then happens when these huge things fail? Because it doesn't just, a new big company doesn't just step in right away. It takes a while to build those. I don't know, man. You know, have you ever thought, like, sometimes I like to pretend that there's actually, like, an Illuminati, but they're the good guys. And I like to pretend that there's a group in control. It first started in, like, 2013, 14. I was on acid one time, and I was like, what if, and of course it can only be justified on acid, but I was like, what if, and I thought of them almost like a parent, like you'll understand when you're older, and it's like, it's helping global society through these growing pains. Like, it's free will. You have to let them war with each other. And it's like, there are certain parameters, like, we let nukes be dropped once, and then, like, you can never let it happen again. You can let them believe it might happen again. But it was like all this stuff. It was almost sort of like, again, it was on acid. And it was almost like this, like, spiritual idea. Like, oh, you're going through all of this to become, like, you're here. It's like what Ram Dass used to say. He's like, yeah, you're on Earth. He's like, you're in school. Why don't you take the curriculum? And it's like, you might have dipped down into this human body, flipped on the avatar, and the game starts as birth, but, like, you're here to learn a lesson, and, like, what is that lesson, you know? And you're being guided along, you're learning different things. I don't know, you're learning what it is to be the little guy and not be a billionaire or not be a god. And it's things like war are to, like, you know, remind you that, like, life is short and, like, existence is finite. It's a stupid fucking idea, because whoever designed the game, eventually you'd have to stop the game, because the game's not...
Shit.
The game... Cut
out.
What? Can you hear me? JP?
My shit's jumping all over the place, yeah sorry.
So is mine. But then part of me is like, it can't be a game, because whoever played the game would eventually, like, end it. Like, you can only lose one too many friends to, like, an early death or suicide, or, like, one too many old people to a pandemic before it's like, game's not fun anymore. Like, I don't want to play anymore. And now it's going pat, and that just makes me think more and more that if there is a power in charge, it's pretty fucking mean.
My dog is freaking out.
All right,
what's
man.
up, Pub? Sorry.
No, you're good.
My internet's fucking being shitty too. I don't know what the hell's going on, but alright, Rims. Jesus.
It's alright, man. If you need to go take care of her, that's fine, dude.
I might just she's got a Thunder shirt on. I might put it on because she's freaking out. I'll be right back.
thunder buddies.
Go take a piss.
Don't tell me what to do. This is my podcast. My bladder has strengthened. JP's gone. Everyone make fun of him. Yeah, so that was my idea, is that the reason why life on Earth is so difficult and challenging and stressful, and the reason it seems to be endless suffering, is because we chose to be here. We took on the form of humans, and we're here to learn, like, a lesson. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's some, like, Scrooge McDuck shit. No, not Scrooge McDuck. A Christmas Story. What's the one where the ghost of Christmas? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, where you have these terrible experiences just so you can wake up. Or, like, yeah, you have a terrible nightmare, and then you wake up, and you're like, oh my god, I'm alive. And you're so grateful for it. Even, like, Jumanji, right? When the kids finally go back in time, and it's like the kid runs and hugs his dad, and he's like, you're not perfect, but I love you. And he's like, all right. But it's like, you can only learn that through going through, like, a 30-year subjective hell. So, who knows? Maybe that's what life is you're here on Earth, you know, it's just like a video game. There's all these backstories. There are corporations, and there's a lore, you know. There were once ancient peoples and gods and pyramids, and there are hurricanes and weather, and shit happens. But the reality is at the core, what you're learning is just extreme suffering. And in that extreme suffering, you have to learn to still, I don't know, like, it's like, you know, if you're stuck in a dark tunnel and can't find the light, be the light. And maybe that's what the lesson is once you've been an omnipotent, euphoric, blissful, all-knowing God for a trillion raised to the trillionth power years, you get bored. And maybe you, just like a game where you've been grinding, you've unlocked all the skins and the guns, you decide that you want the challenge again. You want that, you know, it's like you've ever watched like a really good series, like a Netflix series or a movie, and you wish you could go back and watch it for the first time again. Like, you can go back and watch it, and it's like still funny, but it'll never be the first time. Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're trying to experience what we've taken for granted for eons and eons of time for the first time. And how would you do it? You would jump back. You would what? No. You would jump into a human body. And you would experience a life where, like, you have to work 9 to 5. Like, oh, he's back. Look at this fucking douche. Stupid beard. Big dumb microphone. He's got a stupid hat on. He can't hear me. Look at his beard. His beard's so stupid. I'd like to poop in his beard. Fuck you, JP. Can you hear me? Nope, he can't yet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good.
She had to go to the bathroom.
Dude, let me know if you got to take care of her or whatever. I don't give a shit.
No, she's just freaking out, man. She gets like this. 4th of July is always fun too. We always miss fireworks because we gotta stay home with her. Otherwise, she'll like chew through shit out of anxiety. Yeah. So.
Oscar was always scared of thunderstorms because he was in our house in 2005 when it was struck by lightning.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I remember it blew a hole through the roof, blew shingles for like 1,000 feet in every direction. Yeah. Busted gas lines. Fire department was there. We had to stay in a hotel. Yeah, Oscar was the only one home, and I mean, I can only imagine how loud it is when lightning strikes 20 feet above you. Yeah, he was scared of thunderstorms for the rest of his life until he went deaf, and then he was at peace again. So, yeah, man. Yeah, so I just went on a long rant while you were gone. I was thinking, like, so I see your shirt, Dunder Mifflin. I just started watching The Office on Sunday for the first time. I've never watched it.
It's a great show.
And I fucking love it. I'm in the 2nd season right now. And I'm starting to pick up on quotes I see all around me, just in comments and stuff. And I feel like such a cool kid. I'm on the inside now. And I'm like, ha ha ha. But I saw someone comment yesterday. They're like, God damn, I wish I could watch this series for the first time. And everyone was like, I think about that all the time. And I was just like, I'm watching it for the first time right now, and I love it. And I love that I'm watching it for the first time, and I love that. There's nothing better than when you're enjoying a series and you're only like 10% of the way through. You know, it's like the first or second or third day of summer, where it's like
yeah.
it's enhanced. Doesn't even matter what you're doing. It's enhanced by the fact knowing that you have like 90 more of these days, and it's just like there's this certain like you just stretch out, and it's just like you have like infinite summer on either end. But yeah, so I was watching it, and I was just thinking like, what if that's what we're doing on Earth? What if like we've been gods for eons and eons, and we want to experience for the first time again, but we're getting used to it. So what do? We come down here as humans, and we have bills and anxieties, and we have diarrhea and heartache and yeah, bloody gums when you go to the dentist, and yeah, you know, you just stub your toe, and sometimes you eat 10 Hot Pockets and you feel like shit. Like, it's all these little things. You gotta work 9 to 5, you gotta work, and pandemics happen, and war happens, and you lose people unexpectedly, and all these things along the way. And you do it for so long that you start to forget that you're a god, and you become so used to like, oh, this is life. To the point where, you know, when you're ready to die, you're like 80, you're like, fuck it, I'm ready to go. And then you wake up, and it's just like, it's enjoyment and happiness beyond anything you can comprehend. And it's, you get to watch The Office for the first time.
That's why I never really understood reincarnation. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah.
I think when I get to be that old, man, and I've seen enough shit, and I'm just like, dude, yeah, I want off. Like, I want off this ride.
Yeah.
And then, like, to be reincarnated is like, no.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like, if you were reincarnated, you wouldn't know you were reincarnated. You're gonna keep going around
That's true.
You're gonna keep going around You're gonna keep going around the loop until you learn the lesson. Is she all right? She's freaking out.
She's still freaking out. She's trying to get under my desk.
Let her under.
Honey, lay down and calm down. All right. It's okay. Jeez.
Yeah, but that's what it would be. And you would go.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, imagine if you were your dog. She's going to experience a life where thunderstorms are just bone-chillingly fucking horrifying. And then she gets to wake up as a human, and you're like, oh, it's just a thunderstorm. You know? And it would be that joy. But first, you'd have to go through the subjective experience of being terrified. Or is that just a stupid thought?
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I'm kind of distracted because she's like panting and stuff, and now I'm worried that she might throw up.
Dude, you can go take care of her, man. It's fine.
No. She just needs to chill the fuck out. Let her lay down, calm down.
Tell her to come on the podcast.
She would love to be on the podcast.
Pick her up. Tell her to come on. I got some questions for her.
Come here. Jump in my face. There you go.
Good girl.
Eat up pretty.
What's her name?
Luna. Yeah.
Luna, what do you think about the SpaceX launch being delayed until Saturday?
Oh, she's pissed.
Yeah, I can see she's panting. I'm panting. Yeah, we're all anticipating it, right? Yeah, you're going to kiss JP? Trust me, I want to all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I know. I see you. I see you. You're looking at me.
She's so weird. Okay. Can you get down? Get down. Oh. Don't get under my desk. I don't want you under my desk. There's not enough room there. She's striving to get under. Go on, get back. Back. Lay down. No. Lay down. Why don't you go on your bed? On your bed. Go on. Just pacing.
Yeah. Dude, that's how Oscar was, man. But just all day, every day. Just pacing and panting and freaking out.
Yeah, she's one of those dogs, man. Like, we're just sitting in here and like stuff's happening outside. Like, she'll hear like a mail truck or a UPS truck show up. Like 2 houses down, she'll start barking. She's like, "Who the fuck's out there? I want to know who the fuck's out there. Hey, there's fucking people out there. Yeah. Are you fucking hearing this shit?" Like, yeah, I got it, dog. Like, it's all right.
JP, I got point. Cover my 6.
We're out there hanging out.
I got point. Cover my 6. Mr. President, get down.
It's kind of a good and a bad thing, though, because I'm sort of a shut-in to a point. Like, I don't really care to make friends. Like, you know, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but like a lot of people just piss me off.
Yeah.
So, like, I like people that I work with and I hang out with them on my days off and stuff. And I like some of my neighbors, but the majority of people, like, I just don't want to deal with. I don't want to put in the time to fucking get to know you. I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice having a dog that's kind of the same way, because I know, like, if anything, God forbid, happens in the middle of the night, this dog's not going to be wagging her tail to see somebody like, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, my masters are sleeping upstairs.
Yeah.
Feel free to whatever you want.
Come
down
on
here.
in.
Like, you're right. She's going to be barking her fucking head off and freaking out. So,
maybe the move is to get like a bear.
A bear?
Yeah, like a fucking like Kodiak or some shit. Imagine having that, man. Imagine having a bear in your house.
God. Do you ever see that shit, like the bear whisperer or whatever the fuck? The guy died. Like,
Was that the guy that was eaten by the bears?
Yeah, he was eaten by the bears. But like, he literally had a cabin out in like Montana or some shit.
Yeah, and he tried to take
Just
care
like-
of the bears.
Yeah, he had like black bears, grizzly bears, all coming to hang out with him and shit. I'm like, dude, yikes.
And then they ate him.
Yeah. Fucking poor bastard.
Jesus Christ in heaven, man. Yeah, it's kind of weird how there are still like we're so used to just society being society, and like these wild animals are just like parts of, quote, out there, you know. It's like, oh, it's like, I don't know, it's weird that there like are large swaths of the world where if you were dropped, it's not that you would die from exposure, you would be murdered.
Right, you're at the bottom of the food chain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be killed.
Dude, even fucking wild dogs, for crying out loud, they fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring that up, because I actually, like, you know, I still use YouTube, and every now and then I get like random videos like in my recommendations and stuff. And one was about like the domestication of animals. And it's funny, like, cats have never been domesticated. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, as you know, United States, well, at least in the United States, and I guess it's probably similar to other countries, but as like farms expanded, like cats realized, oh, hey, there's more mice around here. Like, I'm just gonna hang out around this farm, and like, you know, because food's abundant here. And they're like, oh, hey, these people are letting me in their house. It's a lot warmer in here than it is, you know, out there in the cold. So I'm just going to fucking hang out in here. Like,
but they're not actually domesticated. They're just...
Right, yeah, they're not actually domesticated. And, like, I have a cat, too, and he's, like, the laziest fat piece of shit.
I love it.
Like, we always tell him he's got to earn his keep. My daughter's, like, deathly afraid of bugs. So last week we had, like, a fly in the house because we grilled out. And I left the door open for too long and a bug flew in. And Anna Rose would not, like, sit still. She was freaking out because of this fly. And I was telling Jay, I was like, Jay, you got to earn your keep, man. And go kill the fucking fly. And he just sat there and he's like, fine shit. And then he just rolls over and looks at it. He's like, nah, you know, I'll fucking do it tomorrow. Lazy sack of shit.
Dude, when I was with my ex-girlfriend, we had two cats. Callie and Hobbs, named after Calvin and Hobbes. And
nice.
Callie was this little, just pure black, just fucking piece of death. And she had lived like the first 2 years of her life, like in the wild in Athens. And then like got like picked up, and then we adopted her. Hobbs, on the other hand, literally went from like birth to like our home. And seeing them same age, side by side, was, yeah, Hobbs was literally like your fat American. He was overweight. He like wasn't, even when he wanted to be, he wasn't fast. He'd see a bird or a spider and it was just like, yeah, you know, look at that thing go. Versus, you know, Callie'd see it and her eyes, it was like a shark sniffing blood. Her eyes were just black, like dropping ink into a cup of water. And she would go find these things and she'd find them. She'd hold them still with one paw and just like poke it with like a claw, like keeping it alive, you know, letting the spider go, catch it, pull off another leg. And you just watch it and you'd be like, one animal was raised or grew up just where death thrived. The other one got like warm milk and showers. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never fucking cared for cats, man, up until I started dating Sarah Beth, and she had a cat left over from her previous relationship, and he fucking hated my guts, Jay, our cat right now. He fucking hated my guts. Like, he would fuck with me at night. She had a 1-bedroom apartment that I was staying in. And his litter box was like in the one bathroom that was connected to the one bedroom. So we had to leave the door open. So the cat had free reign in the middle of the night. And he'd no shit, consistently jump up on the bed right onto my fucking crotch and wake me up in the middle of the night. I'm like, dude, no, this has to stop. And he fucking hated my guts. And then I went on my deployment in the Air Force, and I came back, and me and him were buddies. Yeah, I guess you're not so bad. Shit sucked when you were gone. But,
yeah. Yeah, man, I fucking hated cats until I got them. And then I just realized, I don't know, maybe I just respected their douchiness. I just respected the lazy game. It was I'm sitting here. I'm in the sun. You're not moving me. Fuck off. It's just I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hobbs would always come to my room when I was smoking pot. He'd smell it, and I'd hear scratching on my door. And Hobbs would come in, and he'd come in just with a little nose just sniffing around. I was like, you motherfucker, you're just getting ripped.
It's well, yeah, dude.
Yeah, he'd fall asleep next to me, just high as shit.
Well, this podcast has divulged into talking about pets.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You hit some out of the park, you don't hit some others out of the park.
That's all right.
Should I take my dick out? Is that?
It would spice things up a little bit. I don't necessarily want to see it, but
But I understand where you're coming from.
Right, yeah.
Well, you down to do another 7 minutes? JP?
Yeah, we can go for as long as you need, man.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, yeah.
All right, douche lord.
It's your fucking show. I'm just here.
Have you ever played Far Cry?
I have, yes.
Have you played 4 and 5? Did I already talk to you about this?
No, we haven't talked about it. You showed me that clip. You sent me a video.
Oh yeah,
but I couldn't tell what the fuck it was. I don't know.
It was pixelated.
Was totally pixelated. Oh, yeah.
It was. I had killed this bull, and I went up and had some high resolution balls, and I immediately thought of your ball generating technology. Because I walked up and it's Xbox One X enhanced. It's on a 4K TV. And I literally there's his balls, and I was like, God damn, those are in detail. And I was just like, it's true. It's the next generation of balls. I was like, fantastic. Yeah.
Ball rendering.
Yeah, ball rendering technology.
Totally next gen.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, that was just all the Xbox, in PS5 commercials.
That was, there's a new game that's about to come out called Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be this awesome, dystopian fucking RPG style thing. And they recently released that you can edit your fucking genitalia in the game. So this kid that I know dropped a meme, and it was of The Simpsons. It's Homer looking down, he's all scraggle face. It's my dad wondering how my new game is, and it's I can't remember the fucking. I never wasn't supposed to hear like this with a headset on.
Yeah,
it's me fucking messing with my genitalia in Cyberpunk 2077 for 2 hours. Making a purple cock. I don't know what the fuck you can do, but
dude, but it's true, man. It's ball generating technology is going through the roof. But I also found that my desires for games are getting darker. I don't want bigger maps anymore. A map can only get so big before it doesn't enhance the game anymore. It's it's touche. This is a massive map. You're okay, cool. I got it. But you can only, it's diminishing returns. I found that the one thing I've been really just really wanting in a game is gore. Like when I shoot someone with like a minigun at point blank, I don't want it to like spray red and be like ah and fall over.
Right. Yeah.
I want it to like rip someone in half. And like organs fly out. Like I watched Black Hawk Down and I was like, that's what it should be like. That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
I had a dream Grand Theft Auto 6 came out and there was like warnings in like the news and on like social media and it was like, don't play it. Dude, don't play it. And it was
media
like,
has a field day.
No, but it was like actually disturbing. Like in my dream I finally played it. And like the first thing I did was I got like a 12 gauge and like shot someone. And it was just like, it was anatomically correct. And they were just like screaming and like wife ran over to him and was like, honey, stay with me. So he's like, and the kids are like, Daddy! And it's just people are like, holy shit, call the cops. And I was just like, oh my God. And people are pointing at me. They're like, him, it was him. And I was like, oh my God. And so like naturally I just start shooting everyone and like none of them were dying on the first shot.
Naturally. Just start shooting.
Naturally I was like, be quiet,
you psycho son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was like, be quiet. Boom, boom. Like shot the wife, like the kids, the pet. I was like, shut up, stop. But no one was dying on the first shot, so everyone was just screaming bloody murder, and like none of the animations were reused. And like, you know, the cops show up and it's one of the cops like first day and he like walks in and like vomits, and the other cop was like, oh Jesus, and he like finds me, he's like, did you do this? Did you fucking do it? That's how I blow a head through you. And I was like, and like I put the controller down in my dream and was like whoa. Yeah, it was like, yeah. So
yeah,
on that note,
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, they finally they finally started releasing stuff about it. They said that it is in the works, and you know, well, not really, they've just kind of been teasing the balls. They've said it's in the works. They said they just started on it, which I don't think is true. I hope not. I hope they didn't just start on it, because it's been 7 years since 5.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would fucking hope not. But I mean, Jesus, Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, was in production for like 7 fucking years or something ridiculous. I can't remember.
I almost picked up Red Dead 2 yesterday. Is it worth it?
Dude, I just went through my second playthrough. Literally just finished it, like start to finish, like all the stories. Now I just have a shit ton of fucking money and I can go roam around and do whatever I want and finish challenges and whatnot. Yes, it's worth it. Sorry, I was sitting here trying to look up the fucking production cycle. 7 years, yeah, 7 years that it took for them to make it. It's a hell of a good story too. And what I realized is Rockstar, although like they give you the freedom, like they have an honor system in there. So you can be honorable or dishonorable, and mind you, like you're playing a character who is running with like a, you know, like a gunslinger fucking gang in the Wild West. So the opportunity to be a fucking maniacal bastard is fucking there, and that's what I did my first playthrough. I was like a bad motherfucker. Just went around like shooting people like for my own good, stole whatever, didn't fucking care. This time, like I tried to be like really honorable, like the best honor that I could have, and I realized like the second playthrough, Rockstar really made it so that you would play as honorable, like for the story to like really make sense and kind of hit home, because the story is really fucking good. But yeah, like I've done my first playthrough, I didn't 100% it. I had to get to 100% the game. But I did like a lot of shit, like a lot of side quests and a lot of like the fetch quests and whatnot and the challenges. I tried to get them all done. This time I'm doing it again and I'm still enjoying the fuck out of it. I've probably been playing it nonstop for the last month. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a good game.
I don't know. Maybe I need to get it. That's what I was thinking is like.
Do you have Xbox Live?
No.
Oh, you don't have Xbox Live?
It's for my own like addictive purposes.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
By only playing with myself, it's like a self-limiting cycle. Like I burn out all of my fuel. Like I 100% games, I do them again, maybe a speed run, and it's like I can't do it anymore. But if I got to some place where there was like a global ranking system and you could theoretically get lost, I would get lost. I would turn into like Cartman, like World of Warcraft. Like, more hot pockets. Like
need bathroom.
All right, Kenny's gonna use intimidating shout. Christ. Christ. I'm not an artard.
One of my favorite fucking South Park episodes.
Christ.
No, man, I know what you mean though, because a friend of mine from my Air Force days, like, we had a whole squad. There was 4 of us that used to play Xbox like religiously, and Battlefield was our jam. Like, we were the fucking shit, and squad up and fucking mow down people and whatnot. But now, like, because of school and everything else, you know, I haven't played with this kid in a while. And when he finally like hit me up, he's like, "Hey man, I got tomorrow off. You know, do you want to play some games?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, what do you want to play?" It's like, "Dude, I miss Battlefield." I was like, "I miss Battlefield too, man." I was like, "But I want to play Battlefield 5 because I heard it sucked and I haven't bought it." But I did buy Battlefield 1, which came out about 3 years ago.
World War I.
I hadn't played it because at the time I was like deploying a lot and all this other shit. I just didn't have time to play it. So we started playing it, dude. We played all fucking day yesterday. I'm not even kidding. Like, from about 10 o'clock in the morning till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I showered up before the wife came home. We ate dinner, and she was like, "I'm really tired. I'm going to go lay down." I was like, "Okay." And then I hopped back on the box, and he was like, "Hey, you want to squat up again?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I do." And I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning playing that shit.
That's the problem, man. That's why I know I can't do it.
Right, yeah.
I know I can't do it, dude. Like, I have to channel it. I have to channel the meanness into like other stuff. Like, I have to choose an intangible goal, like trying to blow up a podcast, because like it's something that like I know I'll never be the best. And then like the psychopath in me is like, well, I mean, I'm literally already like projecting like, well, if I did like this many episodes a week for like a decade, but like that's how I operate. And like I was just like, man, like I get the same like dopamine response as I do like grinding in video games. When I get a new subscriber, it's the same thing as like unlocking a region in the game. It's just like if I could do like an fMRI, I'd be like, dopamine, congratulations, and yay! I'm temporarily happy. Hey, it's all good. And then it's like, I need the next one. But whereas games, I normally do it, but then I hit the ceiling where there are no more. You've golded everything. You've number one'd everything. You've got armor-piercing bullets with the best scope and the invisibility camo and the, you know, infinite fast travel and like, and then I just like there's like a hollowness that like I can never do it again. With this, it's like, I don't know, like for me to succeed in this, I would, well, what would you do to, I would have to surpass Rogan, which is not happening. But if a part of my psychopathness believes like, well, what if you did it for 20 years, you might be able to. Because of that, it's like a game I can keep playing, where it's like there are so many different tiers. Like I'm at 276 subscribers. Whenever I get a new one, I literally do like an involuntary like Shooter McGavin, like I'm the man, and like, but it's not. There's like been like no like desensitization. It's not like trying to jack off the 10th time of the day. And you're like, I don't even fucking want to do this. You're like, I'm not a quitter, but you're like, God damn, I don't give a shit. Like, and like, you know,
it becomes more of a chore.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where you're like, you're not horny anymore. So you really realize like what you're doing, and you're like, God, this is just. You're like, I hope they paid her well. You're like, you know, and you're like, why does this guy do this? I hope he has a good relationship with his parents. Like, when was this filmed? Like, man, Jesus Christ, you got to be somewhere bad to want to produce. And then it's just like, oh man, why does this happen? No, because there's a demand for it. Supply. Oh God, I'm part of the demand. You're like, stop it, just stop it. And it's sorry for that, but you go down that way. That being said, I don't get that from my podcast. It's the same. Yeah. It's the same. Just like nutting in ecstasy every time I get a new subscriber, or like, you know, I'm like, yes. Someone comments, and I'm like, do. And I figure if I'm only at 276 subscribers, and the most subscribed to channel in the world is it PewDiePie 104 million, or did that?
Yeah,
Indian,
I think PewDiePie.
Or that
has
Indian,
the most subscribers.
I think that Indian company surpassed them. T-Series.
Oh, I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, check what they are if you would be so kind.
What is it called again?
T-Series. It's this huge like Bollywood corporation. It's not one person. It's a massive corporation. There's like a T-Series versus PewDiePie battle all like 2019, and I think they won.
Oh, okay. Yep. T-Series.
What are they at?
They are at 140 million subscribers.
140?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. The way I look at it is like, that means I still have that much like leeway. I still have like 140 million minus 276 is. I still have 139,999,700.
You have a fuck ton of subscribers.
624. I have that many more dopamine hits left. So I'm like, all highs come to an end. All games are eventually beat. Might as well just choose the longest one, so I can sort of just be lost in my own an infinite number of Office seasons. It's like, why not just get lost in my own illusion? That's what a friend and I talked about the other. I'm sorry if I'm dragging you on, man. I know you're tired and your dog.
Dude, no, I got nowhere to be, man. It's my day off, so tomorrow I'm going to go play golf, and that means I'm probably going to be in bed early tonight, so it's no big deal.
Well, that's good for you. I'm very happy for you. But
Hey, me.
But like, we talked about how like we were talking about grinding in video games and just how great it is when you fucking like level up, right? Or you can carry more ammo in your fucking satchel or whatever fucking stupid little fucking thing you're grinding for, you know. You can get the ACOG scope, or now I have whatever. You get the M4 and I got the thing, and it's like the thing is always great, but it's never as great as he thought it was going to be. Like, it's still great, but like, there's something about the grind. It's like, I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna get the fucking thing. Shooting strangers and looting them, and you're like, now I got this much more. You know, saving up. I'm saving up.
I'm currently doing that right now on Battlefield 1. Like, there's one gun that I keep seeing motherfuckers mow me down with, and I run the assault class. The assault class is like, you have basically, you're like a demolitions dude, so you can get fucking tank mines and TNT and tank grenades, all this other shit. So I'm running that class, and like, I keep seeing these motherfuckers shoot me with this automatic weapon that just, it fucking tears through people. Mind you, this is World War I, so I'm just like, I need better guns than these like bolt action fucking rifles and shit.
Yeah.
And in order to get this fucking gun, I gotta shoot people with sidearms. As this class with sidearms, I gotta kill 25. And like, I was trying, like, before this fucking podcast started, I was playing around with my buddy, and I was like, dude, I'm trying to get these fucking kills, and I got like up to 18. I was getting so fucking pissed because I'm like shooting them like right in the head with a fucking 1911, and they're not dying. I'm like, motherfucker, dude, what the fuck? I want this fucking gun. And I have a feeling that it's going to be the same thing. Like, I'm going to get that gun. I'm going to use it. Like, this thing's a piece of shit. Like, why the fuck did I strive for this goddamn thing?
Yeah. It's true.
If I could just get my hands on it beforehand and know if it's worth a damn.
Yeah. But it's like, I think there's like, in Far Cry, you can get the buzzsaw, which is just the MG42.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is like, I don't think that's a handheld weapon. Right? Wasn't that like
MG42? Yeah.
Wasn't that like
the M249 is handheld? I don't know about the MG42, but
in Far Cry it is, but I mean in real life.
Right, you're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure that's like a 2 or 3 man team, like a tripod.
Right, yeah, it's a big fucking gun, yeah.
Versus just like, one handing it off of a glider, and it's But it's I thought about that, and like when I finally got it, like it was fantastic. But then like there's nowhere else to go but down. Like, there's nothing past that. And so this is what me and my friend Duran were talking about. We're like, what is more enjoyable? Is it the grind or getting the thing? Because when you're grinding, like, you don't necessarily like grinding. You're like, fuck this, I just want to get the thing.
Right.
Then you get the thing, and you're like, what should I grind for next? I want the next goal. I want the next fucking piece of cheese.
Right.
Like,
right, yeah.
So what is it? Is it which one's more enjoyable? Is it grinding or getting?
I think it just depends, man. I mean, like, the satisfaction that you get from ending that grind and getting what you were striving to get is always, it's like you said, it's that dopamine hit. But it just depends, like, especially in video games. Like, I mean, are you talking specifically video games, or are we talking like,
life,
more philosophical?
Anything. Video games are included in life.
Like, if you want to get in the philosophical sense, like, I got 3 months until I get my fucking degree. And I'm going to be ecstatic as shit because I will have ended a chapter in my life that has lasted since 2005 of me going to school for a fucking higher education. And I'm immediately following that with grad school after that. And I'm still like questioning my sanity on that decision of myself. Like, do I really want to do fucking 2 more fucking years of school? But I don't know, man. Like, I think for me personally, it just depends on the grind and if you can see merit in, succeeding in that. As far as some video games master that really fucking well. Like, they make the grind enjoyable and they make fucking everything that comes from, completing the grind work. I don't know. Like, for me, the grind with my school shit is I want to get paid more, to be honest with you. And I have to have this stupid piece of paper that says I can be taught certain things to justify me getting paid more. So
that's one thing I've tried to think about is like a video game grind is like great, but like that life exists on that console. Like when you turn it off, there's nothing left from that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what I've tried to think about is like, if there was a real world benefit, like what if I grind on this podcast and it turns into an income? Well, it's like, even if I'm not necessarily enjoying the podcast or I'm not getting that like striving for the next subscriber, but if the reality is I can now like move out of my parents' house, right? Like get a girlfriend and be able to like take her on a date. That is like a very real like change in your life and like a very real, fulfilling, satisfying thing.
Right,
like, like the guy I had on as an armored truck driver, he's like, yeah, no, I fucking hate my job. I work at a paper mill. And I was like, well, why are you doing it? And he's like, well, I get paid more. I was like, okay. And he's like, I have a wife and like a 1-year-old daughter. And he's like, there is nothing more satisfying than like being able to like put food on the table for them and like turn the heat on and the air conditioner and be able to, take them to the park and go see Mickey Mouse and like knowing that it's because like I busted my balls to do that, they're able to do it, and that my wife doesn't have to work. And he's like, that's like a level of satisfaction that like I cannot like explain to you. And that's what I've thought is like, okay, maybe it's not.
I can totally get that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Well, like that's the same thing. Like my wife, when I met her, she was going through grad school, and I love her to death. Don't get me wrong, and I don't like mean to put down her profession, but I would think like with her graduate degree, she should be getting paid more, and with her level of experience, she should be getting paid more. But ever since like we moved out to Colorado and so on, like every job that she's had, she's substantially gotten paid less and less. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So, and like I hear like, she comes home and she gets tired of work and she has to deal with fucking idiots every day, just like everybody else has to deal with work. And she tells me, like, oh, this, that, and the other. And before we got married, her career was everything. Now we're married, we have a kid, and she's just like, dude, I want to stay home. Like, I don't want to work. I'm like, I'd be cool with that as long as I made enough money. So me doing this whole graduate program afterwards, like, if I can get to that point where I'm making enough income where she can stay home and we don't have to worry about her working a job, like that'd be great. So yeah, I can totally see where that guy's coming from because I'm striving to do that myself right now. And being able to, just being like financially sound is something that we're also striving to do. Sarah Beth and I have really been buckling down. We've been doing day rate our debt, and we've been doing this on and off for like the last 3 years. And she finally like buckled down. She's like, all right, we really need to sit down and do this. We have the fucking app on our phone where we literally budget every single dime that we spend, like it's budgeted. And we have our savings build up and all this other shit. And we were like, dude, we haven't been on a vacation since our fucking honeymoon. If we were to eliminate our debt, we could be saving like roughly 12 grand a year. Like that's fucking home improvements. That's fucking taking a trip. That's all kinds of shit. Like that's stuff that we could fucking purchase and like enjoy right now. All we have to do is buckle down for like the next year and some change and just be really like penny pinchers about where we spend our money and what we do and all this other shit. And then we can like live financially sound, like until, the next big crisis happens or whatever, But yeah, like we're trying to do that grind right now, and I'm not gonna lie, like it's been tough. The guys that I play golf with, they also play poker, so it's like $40 to go play golf, which isn't much, right? But if you start drinking while you're playing golf, that's at least another 20. And I'll be honest, like playing golf is my excuse to drink. Like I'm not good at golf. Like I go there to drink and enjoy myself and hang out with friends. Same with fucking playing poker.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit at a poker table for 3 hours during the night and not drink.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like another fucking 40 some odd dollars that I'm spending. I'm like, damn, dude, this fucking tacks up like real quick. So it's really tough because they were telling me like, hey man, do you want to go play golf? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to, but I can't pay $50 to go play because the last time we played, we spent $50 at this nice golf course. It was worth it, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I can't pay $50. I'm like, well, what about 35? I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, I guess I could pay 35.
Yeah. You just gotta can you bring your own liquor?
You're not supposed to, but my golf bag has this nifty thing where it's insulated, so I can put chilled, beer in there or some shit. So, which is something one ought to do if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money.
If you were hypothetically to be saving money, it's
right, yeah,
which you don't need to do, but
right,
yeah. Those are very real, like real world examples of grinding with very real benefits. It's not it's not now your Barrett 50 cal has tiger stripe skin on it.
Right.
Like, now when I pop their domes and they're gonna fucking know.
That Barrett 50 cal is on the grind list. I'm gonna own one at some point.
Oh yeah. No, I want an Anzio 20 millimeter. Have you seen that?
I have not. No. Anzio 20 millimeter.
Anzio 20 millimeter.
Oh shit!
You need to look at it next to a Barrett.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God. The barrel on that thing, dude. That's taller than me, I bet.
Yeah. Dude, it next to a Barrett
makes it's a nice looking fucking rifle.
Yeah. And you can buy them in the U.S. civilian.
Nice.
In case you need to take down a tank.
Yeah, I wonder how much that ammo costs. Jesus Christ. I know the 50 cal. When I was out in Clovis, we rented a 50 cal at a gun range, and we were just shooting off like watermelons and shit. 10 rounds, dude, was $150.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like, dude, and then like renting the gun itself was like another 100. So like a bunch of us went in on it, and we were just like, yeah, let's fucking go shoot it. And we all paid for like about 30 rounds of ammo and a fucking gun. I was like, it was worth it. Like, it was a lot of fun, but holy fuck, dude, that ammunition is expensive.
Why is it expensive? Just
because it's fucking massive. I don't know, like 20 millimeter.
Anzio 20 millimeter.
I wonder, like 50 caliber. Like, how big is a 20 millimeter compared to a 50? Holy fuck! Oh man.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you need to look up. Have you found any pictures of it next to the Barrett?
Yes.
Yeah, that is what does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. But yeah, I actually just recently started buying weapons. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I recently just started purchasing weapons. God damn, dude, it dwarfs the 50 cal. That's ridiculous.
It is insane. It is insane.
Yeah. But no joke, man. That's a dopamine hit. You want to talk about dopamine hits? I bought my first months ago, and then I bought my first assault rifle. Literally like 3 weeks ago. And like I told Sarah Beth when all this shit was happening, I was like, I'm getting my guns like right now. Like, it's been talking about it. It's fucking happening. Like, I've already done my research. I know what I want. And I bought my pistol, and she's like, all right, so how many more do we have to check off? I'm like, well, that's one pistol of like 4 different pistols that I want. Because I want to get one for concealed carry, I want to get a fucking revolver style weapon, and I want to get something with like a higher capacity and shit, or a higher caliber.
Desert Eagle.
And then I was like, yeah, Desert Eagle would be dope. But no, like 357 mag or something like that. I don't know.
What about 500?
Yeah, because right now all I got is a 9 milli. Although I have like 1,000 rounds of 9 millimeter just sitting in my fucking closet right now. But
I had a 9 millimeter in college.
Yeah. I got my Palmetto State Armory rifle. It's it's considered a pistol because I don't know. I mean, your brother was big on guns. I don't know if you're big on guns. But.
Yeah, no, not as much. I went with John on my 21st birthday to buy a pistol because it was Sunday and I couldn't buy alcohol. So instead, he was like, "We can still celebrate." And we went and bought a pistol. I was like,
nice.
"Fuck yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, I have a Palmetto State Armory. I wanted a rifle for a long time, but I was like, I didn't want a long rifle. Like, I think the standard barrel length needs to be 16 inches. Anything short than that, you need to get like ATF approval or some shit.
Fuck the ATF, dude.
Yeah, and I don't know a whole lot about guns. Like, I'm still very new to this whole thing. I
don't know.
But I found out, like, hey, if you label it a pistol kit, you can get a 10-inch fucking rifle that shoots 5.56. You know, you just label it a pistol kit.
You gotta get. Like,
and then I was like, right, yeah, it's like a fucking loophole or some shit. And then I bought. Luckily, like, because I didn't know this either, I bought like an angled foregrip. Apparently, if you have like a vertical grip, like a long, like, you know, grip that you hold on the front of it, that completely like changes the legality of the fucking gun for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Like, but I saw my father-in-law took a look at it. It's actually sitting over there. Like, I still have to assemble it. The whole lower receiver is stripped, so I have to put it all together. But my father-in-law saw it. He's like, "Is that all ammo?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "How much is that?" I was like, 800 rounds, 5.56, dude. I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking around. Like, John, you can trust the government and all that shit. I don't trust the government. I don't trust my fucking neighbors. Like, this shit is for that. Like,
I don't.
In case this shit fucking goes down, like, yeah.
Whenever I hear like you don't need it, call the cops. Well, what about who's it? George Floyd? Who's the
right? Yeah, exactly.
That guy who was he straight up murdered. That's not I don't know a single person on the left or the right who isn't like, what the fuck was that?
Right. Yeah, some fucking piece of shit cop, man. Like,
that was killed. Straight up killed.
And like,
I support
slowly. Cops. I got friends who are cops.
So do I. So do I.
That's like, dude, that's blatant disregard for somebody's well-being. And that's your fucking job as a cop. And
it happens every like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
So I can't in good confidence like see that and then be like, but the cops will take care of me. Because the cops are just as fucking shithead as any shithead you know, or any asshole that, you know, flirts with your wife, or some douchebag that cuts you off, or I mean, they have as much. I'm not saying that's what cops are, but I'm saying is like, cops are just people who just so happen to be wearing a certain uniform during the day, but they come home and they fucking play Battlefield and jerk off for the 10th time, and, you know, like, you know, take pictures
at the end of their day.
Yeah, at the end of their day.
Implies that they're jerking off in their cars.
Maybe. Stressful job, dude. You always see them pulled over with their laptop up.
I think that's.
But they're just people.
That's something that people need to realize, man.
They're just people.
Yeah, they're just fucking people. Like, we put all this faith in like government and stuff, and like all the, like the WHO, the World Health Organization. It's like, dude, they're just people.
They're
like,
just people.
I understand that their mission statement says that they're looking out for the well-being of humanity, but these are fucking people. They have issues. They have, you know, everybody has their fucking limit. So
I mean, like, you can look back at any point in human history and you see when someone is able to get a lot of power, horrible things happen. Why would that not happen today? Like, I mean, throughout all of
we're civilized.
Yeah, but then you see shit like Hong Kong, and it's like,
right.
And they're like, well, it's never happened here. It's never happened here because it can't happen here. That's why. You know, I'm not sick. I haven't had a seizure. I've been taking my seizure medication every day for 10 years. It's because you've been taking your seizure medication every day for 10 years. I don't need to take it anymore. Yeah, it's... I don't know why I'm doing Trump's voice, but I don't need to take it anymore. Seizures,
The best.
I have the best shakes.
The best shakes.
Try to put a pencil in this mouth.
You want to talk about seizures? I'll talk about seizures.
We'll talk about seizures. You should see my nervous system light up like a lightning storm on a summer night.
Jesus.
No disrespect to anyone that has seizures. My uncle suffers from them, debilitating ones. But I'm telling you that mine are probably better.
Mine are probably better.
I'm just saying. Little Richard has nothing on my moves.
Michael J. Fox, Bush League. Okay.
Fake. He's faking it. He's nothing. He's like a vibrator on setting 1. I'm on setting 9. I'm Duracell, Energizer Bunny.
Oh my God.
So that's where this. I have the best. But yeah, again, just people. Just people. And it's like, it's the same thing, like looking at propaganda and disinformation in like the 40s and be like, geez, but that can't happen today. And it's like, why? Yeah. It can happen easier today. So much easier. You don't need to deliver paper. You just beam the news down on the phone. It's so it's like the idea that's I never get that argument. It's like, give the government all of our guns. We don't need guns. Next sentence. Trump is a Nazi. We must resist. Next sentence. You don't need guns. Call the cops. Next news story. Cop kills unarmed black man. You don't need guns or knives. Give them to the government. You're fine. The government's not going to hurt you. Next sentence. We have concentration camps on our southern borders. Like, not all of these can be true.
Yeah, pick a side. Man.
Yeah,
pick a
here
side,
are the things. Choose the one not like the others. You know?
And that's kind of my whole thing. Like, I know like everyone to some extent is hypocritical, right? Because if you have standards, you're always going to be a hypocrite in some instance.
Yeah.
But like, if it's obvious, it's best to maybe avoid it, you know, like, and that's kind of where I live my whole mentality. Is like, I don't necessarily want to be a hypocrite, even though I know in some capacity that I fucking am. Like, so that's why I support cops, but I'm willing to call out these assholes who take their fucking badge and use it as, you know, like deflection shield for them to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Which is also why I own guns, because I don't trust that a cop response time is going to be quick if I ever fucking need it. Which is also why I don't want the government regulating my guns, because they don't. I don't fucking trust them with anything. They can't even handle the fucking post office for crying out loud.
No, they can't. Yeah, and it's like, cops will always be there. What happens during a pandemic?
Right. Yeah.
They're like, fuck that. I'm not going to get infected. Fire me. Fuck you. I'm not turning on the lights. Like,
it's like my wife. She just said. She sent out, because here in Virginia, I guess we're moving into stage 2 of opening up or whatever. And Governor Northam just laid out like the ground rules. Like, you have to, at every open establishment, like a store or whatever, like, you are required to wear a mask, a face mask. I was like, good luck fucking enforcing that. What are you going to do? Put a cop in every fucking goddamn institution that's sale or whatever, and make sure that people are fucking using their masks and whatnot. But
yeah, so like, it's just a mask. It's just a mask. Like, dude, people have flipped over smaller shit. Do you remember the T-Tax? Yeah. We ended up killing a bunch of them, saying, fuck off. Like, stuff like that happens. When you don't have $1 billion and your entire life is, you know, I'm saving money and I got one thing I can go out, but now you got to wear a mask. If you don't think people are going to flip about that,
right? They
only get like a day off, and it's like, I got this one day. I got the babysitter. The wife is coming with us. We're going out and drinking. You're not telling me I have to stand 6 feet from like my buddy at the cooler. Piss off. And all it's going to take is one of these drunk, well-armed guys to just be like, fuck it, and just execute a cop. Now, every time, and I'm not advocating that, but now
I know you're not.
Now every cop is going to be like, do I really want to go enforce this, right? It only takes one IED to make every Humvee it only takes one IED to make every Humvee patrol terrifying. All right?
Right. Right.
That's what it is. Someone's going to be like, it's going to be some drunk dude who just got dumped and he's just pissed off and he's hammered. Maybe he's not entirely there mentally, and some cop's going to be like, hey, buddy, and that's just going to be the last straw. And this guy's going to pull out some dirty, hairy gun and just fucking paint the wall with his brains. And he'll be killed and put in jail, rightfully so. But now it's going to be like, next cop up, hey, go enforce it. It's like, I don't know, man. Like,
right. But it's just so fucking weird, like this fucking state that we're in right now. Like, I get what happened in Minneapolis or Minnesota. I can't remember if it was Minneapolis. I know it's in Minnesota, but it was Minneapolis. Okay, yeah, I know what happened. Like, that's a travesty, and it's fucking horrible that fucking happened. And I totally understand, like, protesting, but, like, rioting now, like, you're not doing anything good to draw attention. Like, now you're just giving people an excuse to fucking live without the rule of law just because you're fucking pissed off. Like,
or you're giving an excuse for the response.
Granted, yes,
enforce.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. There's nothing. The people who are being hurt from that are people who are supposedly your fellow brothers. Some dude with a small business or a Cadillac, right, yeah, or some limo guy that takes people to the airport and you're throwing a shoe through his window.
Right, and it's a bunch of fucking young kids who are trying to fucking flex nuts. You know, like, I just don't fucking understand that mentality. Like, why the fuck would you think that burning fucking down local businesses is going to help the cause? Like,
I mean, I get it. It's, you know, how many times do you have to protest peacefully before it's like, yet again, another unarmed black guy dies, before it's like, I don't think this, and I'm not condoning it, but like, I kind of get it. Like, how many more times are we going to have to march and nothing happens? Okay, well, how about we put a fire hydrant through this cop car? You know, you're right. It doesn't solve anything, but goddamn if it doesn't put the spotlight on you, and now you got everyone's attention. What do you have to say?
That's true. Yeah,
I don't condone it. I don't condone it, but I understand it.
Right. Like, I guess with that rationalization, I can understand that. Like, and I'm not condoning it either, because it's not something that I would personally fucking do. But it just, man, like, I think what needs to happen is when a precedent needs to be set that when this type of shit happens, granted, like, we have to be, as human beings, we have to be patient. Like, we can't react solely on, like, the first line of reporting, because the news has already taught us that they're gonna spin it whatever way that they want in order to get views or whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So we have to be patient and wait for all the fucking evidence to come through. Like, as far as this, though, the evidence is clear from the get-go. Like, that dude, they have a fucking video cam of that guy, like,
screaming,
knee in the guy's throat for several fucking minutes, like, when he's already, like, subdued. Yeah. So,
saying, I can't breathe, my neck hurts, everything hurts, I'm gonna die.
Right.
Like,
so, yeah, he needs to be made an example. Like, and I think cops like him, like, I don't think firing them is enough, honestly. I think they need to serve jail.
Go to fucking jail. That's murder. That's murder. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not premeditated. This is what I've heard from people on the right. I'm like, well, it wasn't premeditated. I'm like, that doesn't fucking matter, dude. Like, premeditated, I think, is like murder one in a court. I don't know the law, so don't quote me on that. But
yeah, someone needs to make a deep fake of that black guy having his knee on the throat of that cop. See how many people throw their arms up. Shoot him, right? No, okay, all right. So let's see where you stand now. Yeah, right. It's they're. Some cops need to be made examples of. It's, don't take that out of context.
Support cops. Support good cops, all right?
Yeah, fucking me and
the ones that do their fucking job the right way.
Fucking put on my NWA hat. But court is now in session. But yeah, they definitely need to be made examples of, man. Like, yeah, like, because it is ridiculous. Like, it's. It would be comical if it wasn't real, but it's like, it's like, dog, like, I mean, like, how many times does a black guy unarmed need to be killed on camera, and then everyone says, how many more times does this have to happen? And then it happens again, and we all say, how many more times does saying how many more times does this have to happen?
Right.
It's fool me once, shame on you. Now we're like, hey, fool me another 1,000 times, and hey, buddy, you got a knuckle sandwich coming your way. Right? It's, yeah, man, it's, I don't know. But what is the recourse? Because, yeah, if you protest peacefully, nothing really happens. It keeps happening. Yeah. It keeps happening. It just keeps happening.
I think that's why, right? Like, that's why this needs to be fucking, like, it's good that the FBI is now investigating it.
Oh, they are?
Because I think they'll be able to bring, I think they'll be able to bring some things to light and kind of, like, I would hope, be nonpartisan about this whole fucking shit. I mean, really, there's no politics involved, but you know how it goes.
It'll be tied in.
But I think if they were to fucking come down and be like, yo, like, honestly, and this kind of sounds stupid and it kind of goes against like my personal beliefs, but I feel like there needs to be some kind of other agency of some kind, like that looks special cases, like specifically takes cases like this, looks into them, does the investigation.
Like
what's that?
Cop oversight.
Yeah, something like that. Which I know is just, it's more fucking government spending.
Throw
right?
more. We make a committee. Yeah, but I mean, at some point, at what point doesn't need to happen, right? At some point,
right? Yeah.
Every government thing has come from a demand. You know, shit can only happen so many times before it's like, you know, World War II happened, and it's like, hey, we're creating the CIA because it's just that can't happen again. We can't do that anymore.
Right? Yeah.
You know, we can't have Pearl Harbor, so we're gonna create the NSA. We're gonna create the CIA. That can't happen again. Yeah, there's a lot of drawbacks to those, but it's like, dude, they were birthed from something. So,
right.
I don't know, police brutality oversight.
Yeah, some kind of accountability system. I don't fucking know, man. Either that or like these cops, like. The other thing, too, that I heard about this cop was that he was a repeat offender. Like, he's had several fucking issues during his career.
Well,
yeah.
Well, now it's like you can't blame people for not trusting cops. It's like...
Right, exactly. So, like, it's possible for both these things to be true, right? It's not just one or the other.
Yeah.
So, that's the other thing, too, that pisses me off. It's like some people are just so fucking narrow-minded. It's like, well, like, or so entrenched in their political ideals or whatever.
One side or the other, yeah.
Right. It's not always black and white. There's always shades of gray.
No. The way I think... But, I saw a Reddit comment that was like, so, like, the peak of Mount Everest is a good society with good schools, safe streets, not too high taxes, healthcare for everyone, good teaching, freedom to have gay marriage, freedom to have abortion, freedom to smoke whatever you want, and don't harm others, and you can own guns. And it's like, we're all trying to get to that summit. Some of us are going left and taking up that path. Some of us are going right. We're all trying to get to the same summit, so let's not get locked down into, oh, I'm taking this road and you're taking that road. Hey, I'm going to take 85. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to take 75. It's like we're going to the same party. Like, but instead, we get so caught up in that douchebag took that highway. Like,
right.
You used Lyft, I used Uber. All you Uber riders are the same. Classic Uber rider. That's why I'm a Lyft rider, right? I've always been that way. Classic. Like,
right.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
No. I mean, it's a valid point though. Like, why the fuck are we as a society so like divided on fucking everything when this shit is like clear? Like, you know, the Ahmaud Arbery thing, not to complicate this even more, but the Ahmaud Arbery thing, like, to me, it seemed like the media was so quick to post this as like a racist thing. I was like, granted, I'm not saying the kid should have fucking died, but let's be honest, he wasn't fucking out just fucking jogging, right? And he wasn't fucking innocent. I shouldn't say that. He wasn't like, he didn't have a history of innocence. So, you know, like the possibility of him having motive of like, you know, maniacal motive or whatever, it's fucking there. Do we know? No, we don't. Should he have died? No, he shouldn't have. Exactly. Should those fucking two assholes be made an example of? Yeah, I think they should. Absolutely. I think they should fucking serve jail time and shit.
Yeah.
But again, like, I think they're getting off as well. Like, I don't think they're being held accountable. I think the only person that they actually have like any charges coming down on is the guy who recorded the fucking video. So,
Jesus Christ in heaven.
Yeah, dude. Like I get it. Like, you know, like. It's fucking annoying that we're still sitting here, like you said. How many times do we have to go through this before we fucking learn the lesson?
Like, we just got through that one. That was just the story, and now we're on a new one. It's you know, let's look back on this podcast in December and be like, oh, they didn't even know about this one and this one, and it's like, how many times can it fucking happen?
Right. Yeah. The other issue is like the race baiting, man. Fucking Christ Almighty! Like I don't think the guys in the Ahmaud Arbery case. I don't think they did it because the guy was black. Like I don't think that they were race and fuel to fucking just kill a black guy. You know, like a lot of people that I've heard think. But
you can't rule anything out in Georgia. To be fair, having lived there.
To be fair, yeah, you're right. But
having
still,
lived there for 15 years and spending 2 in Valdosta, I have to say, there is nothing I would rule out. There is nothing I would rule out in Valdosta. I mean, literally nothing. Like not murder, not anything. There's nothing I would rule out if those motherfuckers got a chance. All right, so I have to put, and it happened in Georgia, so I don't know. Maybe they're from Valdosta. Yeehaw!
I'm not ruling it out. I'm just simply saying the optics that I see it through. I don't think it was race inspired or whatever. It very well could have been. You're right. It very well could have been because it was Georgia. It was fucking and Georgia. The two father and son look like country bumpkins.
Exactly.
So, which again, you know, that's a form of racism in its own type. But
yeah,
whatever.
We're allowed to be racist to white people, right? The rule is you can be racist to your own people. I think that's the pretty well accepted rule, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck those country bumpkins.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck Cletus and Clayton. Yeah, boy. Yeah, man. So I was thinking, you're like, why are we so divided? And I was like, you know, we're going to the same party. Some are taking this highway, some are taking that. Because there are people at the party. And there's very few number of people at the party. And the party's really good for them. So it's easier to keep people arguing, oh, you're using Uber, you're using Lyft, but in reality that just means they're never going to get to the party because they're bitching at each other. I think that comes with divide and conquer, you know? There are some people Absolutely. In the party that are like, let's sick these dipshits on each other. Yeah.
That goes back into the whole conspiracy theory thing, though, that people are doing this on purpose. So
Hitler literally did that with his inner circle.
Yes, he did.
He talked to them privately and be like, I just want to let you know that you are so much better than him, all right? Like, he's good, but, like, you're my guy, all right? I just want you to know that little schnitzel over there, he was just, like, and that's how, but that's how he kept them in line, because he was like, can't have them coming after me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, like, I'm not one of those people who think that, you know, like there's this secret cabal that is behind all this shit. But I do think that there's some people that like playing these fucking cards that have enough power to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
And I wouldn't rule it out. Like, I'm not a firm believer in it, but I wouldn't rule it out. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if it was all like the top was blown open on the whole story, you know, tomorrow, and we found out, oh, like all these people really are pulling strings and shit. It's like, nope.
Yeah,
figures.
Yeah, the truth is probably halfway between. It's probably not this like super well put together agency, but it's also probably not just all. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbled. It's like too much weird shit has happened. That, you know, we know defense contractors make money. Like, we know there are racists in positions of power. Like, we know people are. I mean, driven by power. It's definitely not innocent. But is it like a well thought out cabal that covers the whole earth? I don't think that can exist, because there will always just be a subset of those people that are like, fuck these assholes. Like, let's make our own cabal, right? Illuminati, yeah. More like shit Illuminati. Look, let's do it, all right? Illuminati, all right. Well, we're gonna be the big black dick group, right? It's just like, let's fuck them. Why should they control the Federal Reserve and the nukes? Like, it's
big dick energy.
Yeah, big dick BDE. Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, it's almost like human nature is its own like check on itself, like its own balance. Because if you ever had one cabal ruling it all, it's by nature this hypothetical group is pure evil. They're not going to practice like elections and like a committee. Yeah, and like we have hierarchies and officers. These are people that are, you know, supposed to be the worst of the worst. They're not going to be like, well, I'll wait until my turn, until I'm in the head honcho seat. Like, no, because people got to this spot by being ruthless. You don't think they're going to get there and be like, oh, so we're all on the same team now? It's like, they are by nature.
I guess we'll all play nice right now.
Yeah. Hey, the Illuminati, we have a long history of integrity, of honesty. Hey, look at the mission statement, bud. You right? Here's my medal. I've been here for 5 years. My great-grandpappy, they don't have frat houses. They don't have, I don't know, maybe Rothschild mansions. But it's like by nature they can't, you know, it's like how this group would, 5 more minutes, one at 4 p.m. because I want to watch The Office. I got.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, and that box of Hot Pockets I bought had a dozen, so there are 2 left.
It's 2 more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it over with. Hey, you and me, we know this is gonna happen. Let's just get on with it.
Who are we kidding?
Who are we kidding? Hey, who are we kidding? You know, when a man loves a woman, it's just my fat ass, my belly hanging out over my tiny dick, like in front of the microwave, like, oh yeah, fucking get her. And
all right, Joe Biden, turn it back.
if you didn't vote for me, you ain't black. Jesus Christ in heaven, that. Whew.
Oh man.
Ooh. Do you think he'll make any more gaffes?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Dude, I can't. What? Maybe it was Joe Rogan, but he was like watching Trump. Like the debates are going to be interesting. Like Trump debating fucking Biden is going to be like Tyson punching a baby. Like this is going to be
This is going to be hilarious. Like
right. So
because wind it back to 2016 when like there was still like the facade of like being presidential and like debates are serious, and he brought a complete lack of sincerity to that debate when it was against Hillary Clinton and it was the Democratic National Debates and it was just after President Barack Obama. Like there's since been 4 years of just insanity. So that whole veneer is gone, but he did it when there still was that veneer. What's going to happen now that like literally like the curtains have fallen down, the lights came on? It's just going to be insanity.
Yeah. I didn't even fucking care. Like when Trump ran for 2016, I think I was one of those first people that was like, I wanted a bumper sticker that said "Giant Meteor for 2016."
Giant Meteor 2016. End it all. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Best.
Or we're screwed 2016. But then he like came on. I have to say, like, I'm pleased with a lot of the stuff he's done. I still think that he's slack on a lot of shit that I wish that he would fucking take care of. But yeah, that whole mentality, that worldview has been fucking set ablaze ever since 2016.
Like him or hate him, like it's a precedent. It is a new, because now anyone, truly anyone, can be president.
Yeah,
maybe that's good. It's like you got to be squeaky clean, and it's like not anymore, man. You can literally be like, I didn't call all women pigs, just Rosie O'Donnell, just Rosie. Like, right? It's like you can't. But now he's president, and he tweets about it. Like, he tweets memes. Like, the veneer of, like, the presidency is gone. For better or worse. Support him or not. That is an objective fact.
Again, I want to go back, and I know that we're kind of strapped for time.
Oh, no. I was calling it because you looked tired.
No, I mean, I'm yawning, man. It's just because lack of sleep. But I'm not tired of this. Like,
okay,
I can talk for
hours.
All right.
I
want to go back and say, like, because you said, like, the veneer is gone, right? But I want to go back and saying, like, back to what we were talking about before, I think it's just becoming clear that, like, it was never fucking there. Like, you had fucking Bill Clinton putting out cigar ashes in a fucking woman's butthole before that. But, he gets a pass because he had a D in front of his fucking name.
Yeah. Kennedy was fucking Monroe.
Like, right, yeah. Kennedy
in the White House.
Monroe. Like, everybody fucking knew about Kennedy fucking Marilyn Monroe.
But the press kept quiet. The press knew FDR was in a wheelchair. Right? And he was having an affair. He died in Warm Springs, Georgia.
I thought you were making a joke right there. I'm like, well, yeah, he was in a fucking wheelchair, yeah.
No, but no one knew. When he was
that I did not know. I did not know that.
Oh, what's any book on him, any documentary? The optics are brilliant. They did not, because you can't have, I mean, it was a racist fucking backwards time, right? You can't have a president in a wheelchair when you're fighting the Nazis. You got to have a guy that's toe to toe. So, no. If you look at the entire, not while he was in office. No one knew he was in a wheelchair. The press knew, but there was a gentleman's agreement because this was for America. The president has to appear strong. Why don't we tell everyone that JFK is boning Marilyn Monroe? Because the office of the presidency has to have this mask on. FDR literally died in Warm Springs, Georgia while having his affair that his wife knew about. Do you know why Eleanor never said anything? Because she didn't want to tarnish the office of the presidency. All right? This shit's insane. Yeah. It's crazy. Truman's Air Force One was called the Sacred Cow. And he used to fly it over the states of senators he didn't like, and he'd shit and then have them dump the septic fuel, or dump the septic tank at like 30,000 feet. Apparently he used to go crazy about it. He'd come out of there with like his pants around his ankles and he'd be like, got him, boom! They said he was like manic. He'd be shitting on their states.
Wow.
But you don't know that. You know Truman as the guy that made the difficult decision to drop the A-bomb.
Right, yeah.
He was dropping his own bombs or his own states. And he wasn't hitting the senators. I was probably fucking hit some cornfield or some cow, or some kid coming home from school probably caught a piece of presidential shit at the forehead at terminal velocity. Right? But
that poor fucking kid.
We kept the veneer. I mean, dude, Andrew Jackson was a raging racist, dude. But like,
so was Woodrow Wilson, for crying out loud.
Yeah, dude, like, you're right. It was never there.
Right, yeah.
But the facade was there.
Right, the facade was there. Now the facade is broken. And
can you imagine if Trump was in a wheelchair? There'd be no saving grace. It'd be like... there'd be like paparazzi photos of him like with like a colostomy bag or something. Like, now it's like... yeah, there's no... But maybe that's for the better, man. No one gets a pass. No one gets a pass.
I think it took 8 years of Obama, honestly, because Obama was the golden boy, man. He could do no wrong. I mean, like, and only a media as stupid and biased as ours could say that his fucking administration was scandal-free when it was anything.
But even then, you still have Fox going at his throat. I mean, I'm talking about the literal, like, the nationalism you haven't seen since, like, World War II. Right, really, probably since Kennedy, maybe. Just, like, keep hush-hush. We keep the office of the president pristine. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. That has really not been around since Kennedy. I mean, I don't know. Not everyone really knew Reagan was going through Alzheimer's or early dementia.
Right.
LBJ used to take his dick out on Air Force One.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, called it Jumbo. Apparently it was. But
LBJ was also a raving racist as well. But
yeah,
he passed civil rights, so he got fucking passed.
Hey, we're gonna hey, what was his quote about passing social programs? We're gonna have NIGGERs voting Democrat for the next 200 years. But he didn't spell it.
Next 200 years.
He said it.
Right,
he said the word that I can't say. All right? The president said that word. Said we're gonna have these voting Democrat for the next 200 years. That, and he pulled his dick out on the plane, called it Jumbo. You ever seen that video of Obama with the boner on Air Force One?
I have not.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. He had khakis on. He had a fucking boner. Impressive size, but he had a boner. And he was fucking...
The pleats.
You know, it was the pleats. I'm taking them back now. But no, he's coming into the bathroom with a boner. And you see all these like female reporters like laughing. And he's like, what? What are you laughing about? No one's ever seen that. Like...
Nope.
But it's, maybe there's... Maybe there should be no veneer. Maybe it should be Trump is a fat ass who eats McDonald's and is probably high on ephedrine. Like,
I think that's honestly, that goes back to the fucking country's founding. Fuck, everybody knew Benjamin Franklin, who like was held in high regard throughout the founding fathers. Like, he was a fucking womanizer.
Thomas Jefferson was nailing his slaves.
Right, yeah.
He wasn't just having an affair. He wasn't just having an affair, and he didn't just own slaves. He was having an affair with his slaves. And it's Thomas Jefferson. Like
yeah. Been to that motherfucker's house in Monticello, Virginia.
Really? Yeah, exactly. I mean, goddamn, man, like George Washington had pot plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that Trump is in there, like him or hate him, because now, it's almost better because maybe we can get back to actual, like, I don't know, actual, what word am I looking for? Discourse based on actual, like, proposals, programs, things based on value instead of, well...
The merits of arguments.
Yeah, because maybe if we make it that, if we get to a point, you used to be able to, like, put someone down and be like, whatever, I heard he's a queer. Oh, you're a queer. Now, if you said that, and rightfully so, people would be like, what the fuck does that have to do? No. He's gay. Okay, but he's a better quarterback than you. I don't give a shit if he is. Motherfucker has a better touchdown completion percentage than you. Now, like, you can't, and rightfully so, or like, yeah, well, he's black, and it's like, that doesn't matter. And it's good because now people win shit and they are who they are. He's a good musician. No one cares if you're black or white or a fat woman. Like, if you got a ball and voice and you can fucking, you got a hit, go for it. Who cares? Maybe it's good. We can get past the point of like, well, you know, he said this or he said that, or, you know, he got a blowjob in the White House, or he said grab him by the pussy. If we can just remove all of that, maybe that will benefit everyone, because that childish kind of shit slinging no longer matters. He used to bone whores in college. All right, whatever. What do you have about the new infrastructure bill? Like, it's just dissolving it, you know? He tweets while he poops. Something that,
yeah, I don't like him, and he did something that is morally questionable back then. All right, big fucking deal, dude.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe there is still. What kind of veneer do you think that there maybe still is? It would have to be an even tighter circle.
Yeah.
I don't know, ripping farts.
I don't know, man. That veneer was broken with my wife like long before we even got engaged. So I just let him rip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the inner circle.
Right.
Maybe it's like, oh, the president will be with you in a minute, and it's like, but only the inner circle knows that he's just like on the toilet, just like blasting diarrhea. Tell him 1 minute. Tell him 1 minute. Wasn't it LBJ? Wasn't it LBJ that used to answer questions on the toilet?
If Hillary would have won, that would have been the last veneer. Because Hillary doesn't fart. Because women don't fart, dude.
Oh, you're right. That would have solved it all. But, like, yeah, man, it's... Yeah, it's... I mean, there's no way that these guys still don't, like... I don't know, like, you know... creep on some just, like, big titty hoes on Instagram. And there's no way the NSA doesn't know that, right? There's got to be at some point it's like, hey, a man is a man, you know? Democrat or Republican. Right. Let the man creep, you know. It's, you know, he has like a Faraday cage around his bathroom. Hey, you go in there and you do your thing. Like, that's what it's got to be. It's got to be like an EMP proof bunker, just a little room. And you go in there, you can just whack off. And man, no one's judging. You want the president relaxed. You don't want some
whack off for him.
Yeah, you don't want some pent up president who hasn't fucking nutted in a week, who can't look at porn, and he's just like, fuck it, we're going to drop the nukes. It's like, okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let's spend some time in the room, bro.
We'll bring you back, and he comes back out, and get that testosterone a little lower. Get that post-nut clarity. You know what? Yeah. Maybe it's not time for World War III.
Yeah, I can wait.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So I was thinking, and normally, like I said, with guests, I always have to, like, give them an out, but because I know you so well, at any point you can just say, all right, dude, I'm done. I don't give a shit. You have your video games and I have the office. Like, we both have great things to do after this. So at any point you gotta go, man, let me know, because I have nothing to do. I don't have a kid or a wife. Like, I'm at home. Dog's gone. I don't have anyone to take care of.
Yeah, let me check actually, because my wife is working. Let me see if she wants me to do dinner. Oh shit. My phone blew up during this whole fucking time. All right. Yeah, let's go for like another 10 minutes.
Okay. All right.
And we'll be good.
Nice one at 420. Nice, dude. Yeah. 420. Yeah.
I'm going to go be sober after that. Yeah, so fuck.
Yeah, me too. I don't have any pot. Yeah. But I was thinking, if Trump through whatever, not making a political statement, but let's say Biden wins, right? Trump is going to know this ahead of time. He's going to have his own internal polling, not media polling, but like legitimate, like, you're not trying to win anyone over. Be like, this is what's going to happen. I see Trump resigning instead of losing. That's just in that.
Just him being Trump.
Just him being Trump. In that possibility,
he's not going to be beaten. He's going to leave on his own accord.
I quit. Bored. You people didn't appreciate me. I was the best ever. I only needed one term.
That's got this.
Yeah, I only needed one term.
Yeah.
Under budget, ahead of schedule. I don't even want it anymore. House is too small. Didn't like it. Secret Service, inadequate. I like having women on my plane, all right? Didn't need this unfair mudslinging. You guys are mean to me. I've never even used Twitter.
Never even used it.
I never said that. Yeah. I could see him doing that. Yeah. If he loses, just, I quit. I didn't lose. I quit. Probably would have won, but I quit. but I quit. Good job.
That would be fucking fun.
Good job, Sleepy Joe. You didn't win. I quit, but like, good job. Good job. Yeah. You have my number. It's
I didn't even want to run.
I didn't want to
run in the first place.
Bored. Did it on a bet. Bored. I was never even the president. What? Yeah, man. He would do that. But you know what? Was a precedent started with Obama staying in D.C. and saying that he was going to actively work against Trump even after his term ended. That had never happened before. Presidents always just dipped out. Didn't matter. Clinton, Bush, Reagan, doesn't matter. You're gone, done. And you really never comment either. I mean, JFK met with Eisenhower privately a couple times, and Eisenhower tore him a new one, but it was never public. Has that been a new precedent? Is Trump going to stick around and just start tweeting every time the next president does something? Here's what I would have done.
Right. I don't know, man.
Yeah. He's going to have his own podcast called like Words of Wisdom.
The other thing that I worry about too is like just like a Trump dynasty now, like just like the Clintons and the Bushes and the Gores. I'm like, dude,
that better not happen. Because
I hope not, dude. Because I don't.
The last name doesn't make you a good leader.
A lot of conservative commentators that I listen to, like they like fucking Trump Jr. And I mean, honestly, I haven't given him the time of day, but like I don't fucking care.
No,
like, I don't care that his last name is Trump and whatnot. Like I don't give a shit. Like, but I just hope like we get away from that. So
yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe we just need to move further and further away from like normality. Like the thing is like if Trump thinks he's gonna lose, I see him throwing everything at once. Just Trump being Trump. He will throw conservatives to the curb and just be like, universal basic income. Starting today, federally legalized marijuana, get these people the good stuff. Bring home all the troops. Just shit that's like, well, you can't do that. Fuck it. All right, no more. I could see him just completely catering just to have power. I could see him legalize. What I think his trump card is if things start to go south, I think he'll say that the Monday after the Super Bowl is a new federal holiday and marijuana is legal.
That would be fucking glorious, honestly.
Shit, man. That's how you get a lot of people to vote that just weren't going to vote, period.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Federal holiday after the Super Bowl and I can get stoned? Fuck.
Yeah. What would be the third? It's got to be a trifecta. What would it be? Federal holiday after Monday, or sorry, Monday after Super Bowl, federal holiday, federally legalized marijuana.
I don't know. Fuck.
Release everyone incarcerated for marijuana possession.
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, because that is a good one.
Yeah. Fucking moron drugs, dude. Fucking
it is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, you want to talk about fucking propaganda doesn't happen here, dude. What was it? Reefer Madness, right? Wasn't that fucking...
Yeah.
Holy shit.
If your girlfriend smokes it, she'll sleep with blacks.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ. Holy
what
shit.
The fuck?
But people used to be like, oh, well, that is a good reason. Jesus Christ.
We can't have that shit going.
We can't have that happen. But even like prohibition, how quickly we went from like everyone can have alcohol to like alcohol is the devil, and then just one day it was like, you know what, it's stupid, and now we're all like prohibition's dumb. It just flips on a dime. Just we don't need it anymore.
Yeah, we've been holding out on marijuana for way too long, man. It needs to be legal. Like,
I mean, dude, that is a shoo-in.
Yeah,
that is a shoo-in. If you like presented the bill, literally, he'd tweet a picture of it. Hey, you vote me in, I'll sign it. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. You don't believe me? Retweet, share, see. Call me out, losers. Call me out. Haters will say it's fake. I've smoked pot every day my whole life.
Make it legal for fucking federal workers too in the military. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of people, man, like, I know there's a lot of people that fucking could use it, like, with PTSD and shit. And there's a lot of fucking tests that have proven that it's helped, actually. So
yeah, well, and just normal fucking people. I can use it for anxiety and sleep, but I can't because it's the devil. It's
right, yeah. The devil's tobacco.
Yeah. Devil's lettuce. Satan's cabbage. Yeah. It's yeah, maybe someone just needs to come out and literally just be like the most populist pandering president ever. Literally, like, uninfringed Second Amendment, federally legalized abortion, federally legalized marijuana, reduce Congress paychecks, universal health care, northern and southern border walls. Just bring all the troops. Bring all the troops home. Just fuck it. Just straight up dangle the candy in front of everyone.
It's a bold move. What fucking? See, that's the question though. What fucking what the RNC and the DNC wouldn't fucking have that. So
you gotta run third party. You gotta run third party.
I mean, I agree. I think that's been something that I've been advocating for a while because lately, not to go on a tangent, but I was really closely following. It's about to storm again. I was really closely following the last elections in Britain before Brexit actually took place, and like their political system, the way that they have fucking, holy shit, brain fart, election cycles or whatever. They have like 20 different fucking parties that are on the ticket.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, and I think that's fucking great because a number of them run on certain platforms. So, like you have like 5 or 6 on the conservative side of the spectrum, then you have 5 or 6 on the left side of the spectrum, and whatever parties like policies fucking resonate with more people, then they have more power. Like that makes more sense to me rather than just 2 fucking parties.
Yeah, it's literally like capitalism. You don't like their car? Look at this new car. This one's cheaper.
Right, yeah.
Look at Tesla.
Give us a fucking choice, man.
You don't like your Dodge? Here's a Tesla, electric, instant acceleration. Okay, I'll go for that. But when it comes to political parties, it's like which government breadline do you want? It's like it's all shit. How old do you have to be? 2 minutes. How old do you have to be to run for president?
I think Obama was the youngest, if I'm not mistaken.
Him or was
I don't
Kennedy?
necessarily.
I thought Kennedy was.
Maybe it was Kennedy.
Check it. If you're wrong, you have to give me a hand job.
We'll figure out the logistics afterwards. At least 35 years old. So, and
well, I'm gonna run on that ticket. I'm gonna run on that ticket, and I'm turning 30 in August. So 30 in 2020, 35 in 2020, 2028. I should start campaigning now.
According to Wikipedia, through a Google search, the youngest president ever elected was Theodore Roosevelt, who was 42.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that either. I thought Obama was... I mean, I knew Obama was probably like 40, right? Or something. He was pretty young when he got elected.
How could he be 40 if the youngest ever was Teddy?
No, I'm just saying, like, I knew Obama was pretty young, but... You aren't right. I'm not giving you shit.
Get the lube. I like soft hands, buddy.
You don't like sandpaper?
Nah,
fucking...
you don't like that callus grip? Yeah. It's I'm gonna start campaigning. I'm gonna use this podcast as my platform. Just the pander party.
Nice.
Free healthcare, strong borders, bring home all the troops, but jack up defense spending. Limit congressional paychecks, $50,000 a year. Lock that in for a century. All drugs legalized. Lobbying federally illegal, punishable by death. Legalize abortion. 6 weeks of federal holiday a year. 10% tax across the board for everyone. No infringement on Second Amendments. Fully legal, full auto weapons. Maternity leave. Complete gay marriage, LGBT, trans, be in the military, fine. What else is there? What do I need to hit on everything? Release everyone with a drug incarceration.
There you go. There you go.
End expungement
term limits on Congress.
Term limits on Congress. No such thing as hate speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want, short of inciting violence against an individual. And no more bailouts ever.
Yeah.
Or I will fire the nukes. And
Fire the nukes.
I fucking will. Entire week after Super Bowl holiday. Open container nationally. Help me out, JP.
I can't think of other shit. You pretty much hit all the main ones, man.
You got it. Yeah. Tax religious institutions. They don't get the butt out. Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead and do it.
Take
school choice.
Use all the revenue from the drug war to provide free college. It's from the taxes from drug war. What else is there?
I think that's really it, man.
I'll jack up the military, but also jack up EPA spending. Just get on everyone. I think I pretty much sucked the dick of everyone right there.
Pretty much. I mean, that pretty much placates everybody's fucking wants and needs. The question is, do you get it? You gotta be as fucking cavalier about.
Hey, I say that's what I'm gonna do. If Congress doesn't work, it does. I don't know what to do. But because
the media is not gonna know what the fuck to do with you. I mean, like
exactly. I should start putting out all of my like failed sexts over the years. Girls that were like, stop. All right. I know we used to have a thing, but not anymore. All right. All right. Sorry. Yeah. There's some unsolicited dick pics. Here's a mailbox I stole. Here's a racist rant I went on when I was 11. You know, it's here's the time I drove drunk. Here's smoking weed. Here's just do it straight up. Everything. Dox all my social media accounts.
Just fucking get it all out.
And you'd have this podcast. You'd have 100 episodes of me speaking candidly before I announced my presidency. Yep. I think that's it.
All right, man.
Tommy 2020.
You have my vote.
Tommy 2028.
Yeah.
And
Tommy 2028. Let me know who your running mate is.
Oh yeah, I need the most diverse running mate ever. I need a paraplegic, transsexual, Muslim.
Transracial. Transsexual and transracial.
And part bionic with Neuralink, so she's also part cyber. There we go.
Just fucking have a sex doll be your running mate.
Is there a limit to how many vice presidents you can have?
I don't know. You could claim Mormonism.
I mean, one at a time, but I mean, in total? How many times are you allowed to fire your vice president?
Oh, I don't know. All
right, that. Fuck it. Lottery. One of those lotteries. Pick a number. Over 18 in the United States. If you're over 18, I'll spin the ball every day. You're VP. I want to hear from you.
Not to deflate this balloon, man, but I'm pretty sure there was a movie made about this shit.
Really?
Called Idiocracy. Camacho.
It's what the plants crave. All right. JP, thank you, brother. Go take care of yourself. And
all right, you too, man.
I love you, baby.
Love you too. Hey, hit me up for the next one.
I will. Carrigan 2028. All your wildest dreams.
All right.
The best.
The best dreams.
Peace, brother.
Later.